I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, a ack.
Enter, brother.
Yes, sir. Come on in. It is the Odd Couple, and with that password, you now have you have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
Thank you, LeBron.
Not 5.
No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83. Wow! And now, live
do it live
on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Do it.
It is the Odd Couple. We are indeed the Odd Couple.
Oh, yeah, all
and it is a Funky Flashback Friday. And you'll need our telephone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake.
Only time it counts, Rob. Come on now.
Sorry about that.
We counting while you counting sheep.
I got it. Write it down. Commit it to memory. 877-99 on Fox. Or for you laymen who can't figure out the numbers and letters, it's 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line when you do call in, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say to you, tough. Because
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. If you have a problem, turn off your station.
And with all that said, always remember.
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweetie, I can't do too much because I don't want to be coughing.
Yeah, there
Thank
you
you,
go.
Alex, for the duet. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Let's go, big show. Let me welcome in my half-healthy co-host.
Feel sick. Yeah.
Kelvin Washington.
Yeah, man. I was pushing through all week, and something got your boy a couple of days, but I was fighting, and now I'm out here like, hey, yo, Adrian. I'm out here like Rocky, bro. But you know what? I'm here. I said I got to finish the show this week. Big weekend in NFL, and it's my boy's birthday, man. I got to at least be on the show.
Don't cough
Stop
on the
it,
cheesecake,
Alex.
please.
No.
Nah,
Can y'all FedEx me one?
You know what, Alex? I said in the group text that the only good thing about Kelvin not being here just means more cheesecake for all of us. I'm sorry,
That's
Kelvin.
true. That is true.
And that
Thank
cheesecake,
God I had some carrot cake last night, though.
that cheesecake, Rob G, is compliments of none other than Bud Mexican. Yeah, Bud Mexican bring in. Is this a American cheesecake? Does it speak English or Spanish? That's
Stop it.
Racist.
That's got to be racist.
Rob. Caution.
I can't get
Don't get
my
fired on
birthday.
your
birthday
You know,
right.
Craig.
I know.
Craig on Friday got fired on his day off. You about to get fired on your birthday?
No,
what
I'm
we
not
doing here?
that. Wow. No, not at all. Rob G, I appreciate that. It wasn't out of the kindness of his heart, though. Can we keep it a buck? It's not like he brought it in because it was like, it's Rob's 62nd birthday, so I should do something nice. It was like
Don't get carried away.
he lost
carried
a
away.
bet to me, like Kelvin's lost and all these
stay
other
focused.
people.
We on Rob G right now.
I'm just
we on Rob G,
saying.
not me.
And it's okay. Rob G, he likes the older guys. He's into that. And he was all about Phillip Rivers. And I was about Caleb Williams, and I won the bet. And so he had to come
like
up,
him younger.
You know, and he had to come up with a cheesecake. The best thing about it, though, is I could have been all about myself and say, Rob G, I want a fresh slice of cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory across the street. Instead, he bought it from, where was it, Rob G? Costco's. A whole cheesecake, which costs about the same as a slice from Cheesecake Factory. So instead, all
That's
of us
true.
will be able to enjoy it, right?
Well, enjoy everybody, and save me a slice. Put it in the freezer. I'll be there Monday.
Okay, you'll be back. All right, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Let's do it. Rob G, of course, is our producer. Alex is our engineer. Bree is at the anchor desk.
Vitamin Bree.
Vitamin Bree. I know she's not that keen on that name, but I say it. I think it's cute. Bree's doing a good job doing the updates. And back from his trip to Mars.
Never heard of him.
Because we never know where he is. It's Elijah, our social media guru, who is sporting a sweet MLB Bro pullover. Did you see that, Alex? Did you see it?
Looks nice.
Very nice.
He probably has his own square on your website and everything, huh?
He's on the website.
Yeah.
He's been there. You know what?
Must be
Elijah's
nice.
been there from day one.
Wow.
He's
I gotta tan
he's
more.
got stock options when the time comes, right, Elijah?
That's funny.
Elijah from
Is that why that's why he can afford all these vacations? Is that why?
From day one. He's a day oneer on MLBBro.com. All right. We got a lot of stuff to get to, including Rob G setting up the second half of the semifinals, that we get another team in to get ready for the college football playoffs championship. And Rob G, a big game tonight.
Yeah, we had a big game yesterday. It was on during the show. We talked about it all night. Miami, the U is back.
And
They're the national
was
championship.
I not? I was happy because I said I was rooting against Ole Miss.
Yes.
I wanted them to lose, Kelvin. I just wanted them to lose.
Yeah, we know.
Well,
we know.
Speaking of wanting to lose,
there's another team I want to lose.
There's another team that's playing tonight that Rob wants to see lose. Surprise, surprise, the Indiana Hoosiers. Rob made headlines about a week ago when he said he's tired of them being called the underdog. They're the big dog. They got all the money in the world. Mark Cuban's financing them.
Yes.
There's nothing special about this story. Well, more
Does that sound like
information has come out about this team.
I thought it was you.
In the last week or so. One of them that really got into your craw, Rob, and that is that the Indiana Hoosiers, despite being a collegiate football team made up of college students, has the average age on their roster of 23 years old. To put that into context, the Green Bay Packers, who are playing professional football in the playoffs this weekend, their average age is 25.
Wow.
So
you know what that says to me? That Alex
What?
can't date the Indiana Hoosiers. I'm just saying.
Oh, snap. Don't be acting like it ain't a double date. Don't act like it ain't a double date, you and Alex.
And for anyone who says,
Alex is even laughing.
For anyone who says, 23 is not that bad. You could be in college at 23. Here's some more context for you guys. Of their starting lineup at Indiana, they have 19 starters that are in their fourth year or higher of college football, 8 starters that are in their fifth or sixth year of college football, and only 5 that are in the third or lower year of college football. Point blank, these are grown men. These ain't kids.
Here you go. And that's my argument. You must, if you love college football, you must root against Indiana tonight. You don't want them to win. They're a minor league football team. They're not a college team. That's not milk on their breath. That's alcohol. 23, the Green Bay Packers, average age, as Rob G just said, 25. No way, no how. This is not collegiate sports. This is minor league sports being paid. They got a renegade squad. A 24-year-old, 25 is always going to dominate an 18 or 19-year-old college kid. There's nothing special here. I mean, I just cannot understand why people are enamored by this Indiana football team. It's fraudulent. It's fake. It's overbuilt. It is the anti-college football from what this is supposed to be about amateur sports. Let's go get some 28-year-olds next year so that we can repeat. That's what Indiana's thinking. More Cubans giving out more than NIL money. He's also contributing to their pensions. That's how old some of these kids are. Ain't no way you can feel good about it when you realize how old these guys are, the kind of money being spent? Is this where we are? We just want to hijack college football and pay people and bring in old kids to play? Man, this is terrible. If there is a football god, I beg of you tonight, do not let the Indiana Hoosiers win jack. They must lose so we can stop this madness.
If you don't stop this madness and this lunacy that I'm hearing coming from you, first of all, we got so much to dissect here. Listen up. First of all, you, of all people, I'm blown away at you hating the game. How you going to hate the player and not the game? Right? They're just playing the game. You're hating the player in a game that is situated for them to take advantage of. The transfer portal all colleges are doing it. Everybody's been doing it for years. Also, COVID year. A lot of people took full advantage of that COVID year. We sat up here last March, and I kept telling you, man, these kids in college basketball look about as old as me. Some of these kids I feel like I went to high school with. And then, Rob G., do I not recall last week we had a conversation about a 27, 28, 29-year-old going back to college to play basketball, and Rob was okay with him going back to play basketball? And I said, no. What about the collegiate? This isn't the spirit of it. This isn't what it's supposed to be. You got a grown man who's been playing basketball overseas for 5 or 6 years coming back to college, and you're okay with it. He is taking full advantage of the rules. Everyone else has had the same opportunities. Everyone else has all these graduate students in college and COVID year students. And everybody else, by the way, this is also in the parents. Parents are reclassifying their students. They're having their kids get held back in 6th grade, so they're coming out 19, 20 years old, so they were better than most people when they were in high school. So this has been happening with the parents, this is the colleges, and this is the students, and they're all taking full advantage of it, and this is why we talk about it being the wild, wild west. And this is why the SEC ain't going to be the SEC anymore, by the way, Rob, because they used to be able to stack 2 or 3 positions. We got a starter at linebacker, second, third string, 4 or 5-star recruits, and they're going to stay here because it's Alabama. But now with the transfer in the NIL, kids like, I ain't waiting behind him. I'm going to go get paid at Washington State. I'm going to go get paid at North Carolina State and go start there instead of sitting behind 2-3 guys at Alabama because it'll get me to the league because it's Alabama. So SEC is going to have a bunch of problems because that's what made them so good. They were a freaking factory, and now these guys are dipping out and going other places, and they're not as deep as they used to be. So he's taking full advantage. He's done it in 2 years, and you can't hate the player, hate the game, Rob.
No.
Coming from you, I'm disappointed.
I can hate it because it's just a false narrative and false story that they're painting. Like, unbelievable, look at what he did. He showed up. Indiana was never a college football power. Of course not. They got kids who got gray beards. They're paying guys Medicaid to play. Their pregame meal at the Indiana Hoosiers. Sodium-free bacon, decaf coffee, and a chest x-ray. In college. Is that where we are? Come on,
That
Kelvin.
is where we are.
It don't feel right.
I agree with you, but that's why we got to change the system.
No, that's why you need to root against Indiana. No way, no how do we want them to win and advance. I hope they lose just like I hoped Ole Miss lost because they were belly aching about Lane Kiffin and they got their comeuppance.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
And now
I thought I
want
knew
to
you.
also I hope that Indiana, nobody wants to see Mark Cuban's money go towards a championship.
But you
No
are right
way.
with Phil. You do
No
realize
way.
if they lose, they're losing to Phil Knight's money, right? So pick your billionaire. You want Phil Knight, or you know what it is?
At least-
you just want Phil Knight to send you some shoes. That's all. I figured you out. You want Phil Knight to send you some new kicks. Well, at least get the odd couple on the side of them so we can both get a pair. Dang it.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Are you rooting for those senior citizens at Indiana to win the college football playoff? We'll continue the conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple on a funky Flashback Friday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do, Alex?
What's that, Rob?
Stick and stay.
And bring back the youth to college football in the US of A.
Of those guys, could we say Todd Bowles is off the table? He's going to stay.
Yeah,
3 other names left.
Yeah, I just don't see that Todd Bowles might be in
3 names left, and they're all in the postseason.
Okay.
Tomlin, LaFleur, McDermott. Who's the next coach to get fired?
It would be easy to say Mike Tomlin, but they just won the division, which I don't think anybody thought, right, coming into the season. He was the one who had the love affair with Aaron Rodgers. It could have been a disaster, Rob G. Instead, Aaron Rodgers went 10-5 in his 15 starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's hard to look at Mike Tomlin. And the last piece is that they just don't fire coaches, Rob G. They just don't.
Right.
Had 3 coaches in the last 60 years or 58, 55 years, whatever it is.
They believe in job security in Pittsburgh.
It's a family-owned business.
I need a job there.
It's not a corporation. You know what I mean? So you
wouldn't have 28 jobs, Rob, if you got hired.
I would have one job. I'd be there. That's right. But Sean McDermott is the guy, to me, who I think is in jeopardy. Because if you look at the AFC, no Mahomes, no Lamar. You got the defending MVP. If you're not going to get there this year, Rob G., when are you going to get there? And that's why I think it's a hard sell to continue to go with Sean McDermott. He's been there. How many years we got now with Sean McDermott?
A lot. He's been through several coordinators.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's been there. You can't keep doing the same thing and be expecting different outcomes. And you would look and go, the path is clear. I left out Joe Burrow, right? No Joe Burrow, no Mahomes, no Lamar. It's a clean slate in the AFC.
Yep.
Why not Buffalo? They've been waiting to try to win a championship since Moby Dick was a guppy.
I was going to say the Louisiana Purchase.
All right, one of the two.
Okay.
But you get my point. Yep. So I'm going to say it's Sean McDermott. Where are you?
That's not a bad guess for all the reasons you stated, because if not now, then when? Like the landscape has never been more wide open for Buffalo than it is this season. And this is not even the best team of that run, right? Like sometimes it works out that way. You know that covering sports, since the Louisiana Purchase.
There you go. That's an escrow.
Right. That the best team or your best team isn't always the one that breaks through. Sometimes your best team has a heartbreaker in the championship semifinal, right? Or you lose in game 7 in a heartbreak, and then you come back the next year, and even though your team might not be better than it was a year before, key injury there.
You still might want
the playoff shakes out a certain way. You make a run. Aaron Rodgers' best teams never won the Super Bowl.
They were 15-1 one year. The
14-2, yeah.
And the year that they won, they were 6th seed.
Yeah. Wild card, right? So this could be that year you would think for Buffalo. And if it doesn't, I could see him getting fired. But the guy that I think is most likely to get the axe at the end of this run here in February is Matt LaFleur in Green Bay.
Okay. And the reason that makes sense, and I want you to explain more, but the reason it makes sense is he's looking for a contract extension, and they didn't give him one before the season started, correct?
Exactly. And depending on who you follow, whatever insider that you like, the reason why his current contract is set to end at the end of 2026 and why they have not given him an extension yet is because they want to see how he does in the postseason. Because, as we just alluded to, Aaron Rodgers had some great teams with Matt LaFleur. Won a couple of MVPs with Matt LaFleur. And somehow, some way, kept finding ways to blow games. Tom Brady threw 3 second-half interceptions in the NFC Championship game, and the Packers still could not win at home against Tampa.
And if you really think about it, and when they do the doc on Aaron Rodgers, them kicking a field goal rather than going for that touchdown. And Matt LaFleur, that was his call.
Yep.
Was the dumbest thing I ever saw. I thought that was, I just couldn't believe it.
Sports Radio. The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Funky Flashback Friday. Still got a lot coming up on the end of the show. Feels good to be back again, off a little bit. Sick, a little under the weather, but I feel better now. By the way, happy birthday to you, brother. Happy birthday to you, man. Did you wake up feeling good? You wake up feeling older? Or you wake up feeling blessed? Where you at with it?
No, well, my birthday's tomorrow, January 10th. So I'm just going to celebrate it today.
For radio's sake.
Yeah, we're celebrating. My birthday's tomorrow. But, I'm close to it, obviously.
You still didn't tell us where you're going, by the way.
I did. I said I'm flying up to Seattle.
You ain't tell me that. Oh, yeah, no, you said Canada. That's right.
I said Seattle with the idea of maybe going to Vancouver. We'll see.
Yeah, you still looking for her from back in '93, whatever you said it was. By the way, Aleve is, of course, going to be helping you out. They got the New Year's resolutions on track with up to 12 hours of body pain and relief per dose. Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can achieve your goals. Use as directed for minor aches and pains. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Rob's just flat out over Indiana. Flat out. I said, hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. They're just doing what everyone else is trying to do. They're just better at it. What say you, 877-99 on Fox?
I'm just going to make it real clear. I love the Golden Girls, but I hate the Golden guys that are the Indiana football team. That's it.
Stop it. Do. Go ahead.
Ben.
See who we got on these calls.
Ben in Seattle. Speaking of Seattle, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Ben?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. And Mr. Rob Parker, I hope you enjoy yourself in Seattle.
Thank you.
The next couple
yes,
days.
I appreciate that.
Well, hey, now that that's out of the way.
Now you're going to rip me. Go ahead.
Yeah, my message is for you, Mr. Rob Parker. I truly don't understand how you cannot absolutely love this Indiana football team. You have a coach here, Coach Kurt Cignetti, who has started from the bottom of the barrel, worked his way to the top. This Indiana team is the most well-coached team, most disciplined team, most physical team. They haven't done no scandal, nothing, breaking the rules. And then on the other side, you have, the school that sold themselves to the devil until night with the University of Oregon. I don't know where you're coming from, Mr. Rob Parker. I still respect you, but go Hoosiers all the way, baby.
All right, I hear you.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's okay if you were to present Ben the Hoosiers as this big money machine with Mark Cuban and all that, and they got this old roster and all that, but that's not how Indiana's being presented. It's like, oh my God, how are they here? I don't even know how they're in.
Because they're never here.
But there's a reason they're there, not because the stars aligned, the money aligned, and that's my point. Is that if you want to present it that way, then fine. Don't act like it's a miracle that they're there when they have the oldest roster and they got a $2 million quarterback and Mark Cuban's bankrolling this whole thing. That's all I'm saying. 877.
I just think you're downplaying
99
Cignetti and what he was able to do in 2 years.
Yeah,
I think
with money, anybody, if you got
players.
players.
But Michigan, nobody has more money than Michigan or Notre Dame in some of these places, and they haven't done what he's able to do.
Yeah, but
so
what has he done? What has he done? What has he done so far?
He turned one of the worst college football playoff programs in the entire country.
Okay, yes, because he got bankrolled to do it. It's not like he just showed up there and had the same players that they've always had. And
okay, where's Minnesota?
That's all
Where's
I'm saying.
Minnesota? Let's stay in the Big Ten. Where's
Minnesota can do the same thing. There's no big surprise.
That's the point.
I bet you they're not in the top 10. They're not in the top. Minnesota's not in the top 10 of money spent. Come on, man.
What I'm saying is everybody who is in the top 10, if you want to go there, or top 20, he's been able to turn this thing around in 2 years. Some of them have had decades-long head starts.
And if they lose, then what? He's not a great coach, or what happened if they lose tonight?
He's a spectacular coach.
It ain't the great story you're hoping for. I hope they lose.
It
just like
already has been.
No, it's not. It's not a great story. Rocky in South Carolina. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. I'm ornery, Rocky. How are you?
You are.
I'm doing well. Happy birthday, Rob.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes.
All right, look here. I hope Oregon wipes the field.
Thank you.
Indiana tonight. Now, let me say this. I don't have a problem with NIL. I don't have a problem with the transfer portal. I'm tired of Lane Kiffin, and I'm tired of Indiana. And transfer. And by the way, Trinidad Chambliss being denied his 6 year. Thank you.
I know. I saw that.
that might be an early sign. Hell, I transferred when I was in college many years ago, and I had to sit out a year. And so whatever, but I just think and both of you are talking about, and I don't dislike the players, and I don't dislike the coaches. As Kelvin said, I do dislike the game. So, but some stories, I'm just tired of it, and I just hope Oregon, takes it to them tonight. Nothing against Indiana, but they got to fix. The average age is 23 years old, so that means half the team's older than that.
Exactly.
But the funniest part is, though, to both of you,
to be
you do realize
23, there's 27-year-olds on there.
You do realize that average age of most teams is like a few months younger, right? You're acting like every average team is.
But
they still
have an old team.
He just brought in a bunch of old transfers, and some of them from James Madison, where he came from.
Yeah, James Madison. When he was president of the United States, they brought in guys who
that was a good
were
one.
around with him. I'm just saying.
I'll give you that one. That was a good one.
All
right. Any more calls? We're good.
No, that's it. We got to get to trending.
There's an NBA superstar that might not be on his team much longer. We'll talk about that next. And right now, we got Bree going to get you updated. Hey, Bree.
What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Friday. Happy early birthday, Rob Parker.
I appreciate that.
So excited for the cheesecake. Not going to lie, I thought it was from Cheesecake Factory.
It is.
No, I thought it was from Costco.
No, but it's Cheesecake Factory from Costco.
But not like from across the street.
But it's Cheesecake Factory. No, it's not the same.
I don't know.
It says it on the box.
Bree.
Okay, I thought it was
both of them, Rob G and Rob Parker, will keep an old box around just to do that. You know it.
I was going to say, that's why I could see. No, I'm just saying I thought it was Kirkland. So when he said it was from Costco, I was like, it's Kirkland. I don't know if I want it.
And if it was, what's wrong with Kirkland?
Oh, I wouldn't touch it.
I take over Costco. You're not invited.
This is
Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. Oh, okay, cool.
And we even have whipped cream.
Really?
To go on top.
Really?
We're on top of the cheesecake.
Speaking of which, if y'all don't keep me out y'all gross little threads, asking Rob G, can you bring the whipped cream tonight? Hey, keep me out the thread. Bree, they had me in some type of thread I was not trying to be in this morning.
Well, that's good, though. They were trying to keep you included.
Are you going to bring the whipped cream?
For the cheesecake.
Is it chocolate whipped cream or regular whipped cream? I was going to say.
Don't bring me in it with the chocolate.
I'm sorry. I was
going to say, if I put my thumb on it, then it would be chocolate.
Hey, yo!
All right, updates.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, starting in college football, we're about 10 minutes from kickoff of the second college football semifinal between Oregon and Indiana. And shout out Rocky from Seattle, saying that Trinidad Chambliss, the NCAA did deny his waiver for 6 years of eligibility, although Ole Miss will appeal the decision. In the NFL, the Commanders are promoting assistant quarterbacks coach and former NFL quarterback David Bluff to be their new OC. The Miami Dolphins made it official and hired Green Bay Packers VP of Player Personnel John Eric Sullivan as their GM, and the Ravens completed an interview with former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski for their head coaching vacancy. In the NBA, the Grizzlies are entertaining trade offers for two-time All-Star Ja Morant ahead of the February 5th trade deadline, and Maverick star Anthony Glass Davis has ligament damage in his left hand and is seeking multiple opinions on the next recovery steps for him. Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Bree.
You're welcome.
I told y'all, man. Y'all banking on Anthony Davis, old Klay Thompson, often hurt Kyrie. That's what the Mavericks are banking on. I don't know what they were doing, man. I told y'all about that. All right. Shout out to everybody on YouTube right now. Appreciate it. You can always check us out on YouTube. Just search Odd Couple FSR. Odd Couple FSR. Subscribe, like, share, comment away, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Rob G, I happen to be on there. I see somebody talking big smack. He got a problem with me. I almost had to jump into the Odd Mob comments. I almost had to get in there. My goodness.
What, he don't like it?
Let's talk about. Yeah, I don't mind that, but he want to smoke. I almost trying to do the Matrix, and so I could be up in the comments physically, what you. I almost went Russell Westbrook on him. Hey, Rob G, Bree just mentioned it. Ja Morant, 2 years ago, give or take, this would have been the most impossible scenario to think of. He was one of the faces of the league, and now we're here where they're fielding calls for Ja to be traded.
That's right. I don't know if it's called breaking news at this point, but Shams Charania reported earlier on Friday that the Grizzlies are now, quote, entertaining offers to potentially move All-Star Ja Morant. John Morant's 26 years old, under contract through the 27-28 season. Key thing, though, he's eligible for a massive extension. So whatever team that acquires him, you'd have to assume they're doing so to keep him long-term. Problem is, you alluded to, he had a lot of off-the-court issues a couple of years ago, and he is in the midst of what is easily the worst season of his career. 19 points a game, 7.5 assists, shooting a career low 40% from the field, 20% from three. And in fact, the Grizzlies are not a great team. Are 10-9 without him this season and 6-12 when he plays.
I have no interest in him. And you know what? I think the Grizzlies, they made a mistake. Because when he came back and he had the second incident with the gun, and the after being suspended, that's probably when they should have called around and said, hey, anybody interested, do it nice and quiet, and then he should have been traded. Because you wait too long, and now look at what you have. You have a mess on your hands, and forget about the off the course. He's not playing well. So you wonder, is he really committed to it? How much he really is into, you know what I mean? Like, has he lost his zest or for basketball? Like you hear players talking about that. Like, oh, I don't like basketball like that anymore. I lost my passion for the game or whatever. I just got to question it now because he's not the same player. And then I don't know what team is going to take him off your hands with the idea of having to pay him. Now, I've seen big players with contracts get picked up, right? But the contract has already been signed, and you're just hoping, you know what I mean, to get something out of him. This, you have to give him fresh, new money. And I don't know. Who's going to give him fresh, new money? That's the issue.
Maybe the Wizards and pair him with Trae Young. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's you call the Sacramento Kings, Siberia. I think what's disappointing in this is a couple of things. There was a point throughout his career where his team, when he would go down with injuries or when he would go down because of being John Wick, not John Wick, and the team would still play well without him. Like, there was a period where I think they were like 33-8 without him or something crazy a couple, 2-3 years ago. And then you look at, of course, this season, as Rob G just mentioned. Hey, they're 10-9 without him, which isn't great, but it's above 500, and they're 6-12 with him. And I think what's damning, Rob, you know this. Look, I go through a lot of my personal life. You go through a lot in your personal life, professional lives as well. But you try to still bring it on air, right? Or teaching at USC, or in my case, TV with Spectrum News 1. You try to still push through, bring your A game. When things aren't going well, A game. When things are going good, A game. And that's one of the things I loved about Kobe Bryant. He was going through hell, but he was able to compartmentalize. And I say that to say, just because you're going through a lot, Ja, with the team, you're not happy, it shouldn't reflect on the court. And that's what's troubling, is that he's not playing well. He seems disinterested. He's already talked about, somebody asked him, are you having fun? He said, I ain't having fun. It's not enjoyable. And as a professional, dude, this thing is a roller coaster ride. And it ain't always going to be fun. And everything isn't always going to be perfectly idealistic. Sometimes it's going to be in a funk. But the idea that you're not playing hard, you're not performing, you're not showing up for your team, that's what disturbs me. And if I'm a buyer in this thing, I would say, because what if in a year something doesn't go right? What if we try to pair him with a superstar and it just isn't working out? Is that how he's going to reply? Is that what would that be his response? So that's, to me, the most damning part of all this is the lack of professionalism off the field with the whole John Wick and all that stuff, the guns, to then now on the field when things aren't going your way. I see how it's reflected on the court, and I don't like that.
I don't know what to make. It's amazing.
Is he redeemable, Rob? He's only 26, I guess, 26,
no,
27.
No, and the reason I'm going to say that is because of the amount of money you have to pay him. That's the issue. Like, if he had to rework himself, go to a team, right, build himself back up, show his passion for the game, regain his – the guy's too young. He can still play. That's not the issue, but he's not playing well. Do that first and regain people as far as his ability and the off-the-field stuff, and just be a young guy who's thrilled to be in the NBA, you know what I mean, and having fun and getting back to that guy. He hasn't been that guy for a few years.
He hasn't.
And now he's not playing well. Like, it was one thing, okay, he's like, but he still could play. But now it's like, what? It's just, Rob G, what do you say? He's shooting 40% from the field and 20 from three? And the team's not good. Did you think the
And that's-
Grizzlies were going to
yeah.
be this bad? I didn't.
No, the Grizzlies were a one or two seed three years ago. Like, they were one of the best young teams. We thought we were getting ready with him, JJJ, Baines at the time, and a bunch of other good pieces around them. You kind of were like, all right, this team might be something for 4 or 5 years. Maybe they were ahead of the Thunder. And now the Rockets have surpassed them as far as young guys, young teams. Obviously, the Thunder, if you're going in the Eastern Conference, you got the Pistons. Some people are still a little high on Orlando. Obviously, they're still trying to get better, but it's disappointing. Where we were a handful of years ago, you think, man, he was in the conversation for who will be the face of the league. You got your Ant Edwards and Hims and the Lucas, all these guys that are, between 25, 27, 28 years old. He was right there in the midst, man, and now he's not. And his style of play also makes him a difficult fit for some teams because even though he's small, he's not a great shooter. He doesn't necessarily move the ball around fast, and that's kind of how teams like to play nowadays. So I didn't think we'd be here with Ja Morant, where no one is talking about him. He's not bringing spice to the league. He's not a guy you're sending highlights through in your DM on social media. I did not see this coming, and it's disappointing. And it really hurts the league, right? Because now you got LaMelo Ball, who's phenomenal to watch play, but it's just not really working out. Now he's coming off the bench, and he's been nicked up pretty much his whole career. Trae Young didn't really work out in Atlanta, so now he's in Washington, which is the East Coast Siberia.
They say he's not even playing, right?
He's not even,
they don't
right.
expect him to play.
So he's not playing. You got Ja Morant going through all of this. Zion never plays. Think about this. The 4 or 5 guys we were all, the next guy's up, superstars. It's just not working out. So it makes you really appreciate the run Tatum had. Really appreciate Ant Edwards showing up most nights and balling out. As far as the young American guys. You know what I mean?
Rob G, are there any, conversation or teams that are maybe in the mix or anything?
Not as of yet. And what's interesting about this story is, you guys know how this works. This is all agent speak. And so usually when you see a story come out like this, that they're entertaining trade offers, it's going to be from the perspective of the player. They're going to say, hey, Trae Young, two-time All-Star Ja Morant is available for trade. He's going to be working with the team to find his next destination. He's having a down season, but in his career, he's averaged 22-7. He's led his team to the playoffs multiple times, blah, blah, blah. If I recall properly, Ja Morant got rid of his agent. So instead of getting his perspective on this, if you read the article on ESPN, it's like, why would you trade for this guy? He's not shooting well. His team played better without him. He's only played 59 games over the previous 2 seasons. There's nothing appealing about this guy.
But you know what I said to you and Kelvin? I said, when you deal like a guy like this, I think sometimes it should come out of nowhere, left field, where it's just a deal. You know what I mean? You don't announce that you're open to making a trade. You pick up the phone, you call a couple teams, right? And you just say, are you interested? You know what I mean? And then it's not an announcement that he's available. It's just that he's traded. That's I feel like.
So essentially you're saying Luka.
Yeah, the way Luka was traded.
It just came out the blue. We all were like, wait, what?
And I gave another scenario, and this is different because it just had to do with money. But when Juan Soto got traded from the Washington Nationals, they offered him a contract. He said no, and they traded him the next day or the next couple days. Like that was it. They were like, okay, there's nothing we can do here. You know what I mean? We offered him all this money. He doesn't want it. He don't want to be here. Boom. And then it wasn't like, oh, he's up for a trade or whatever. They just traded him, and that's to San Diego. And that's what I'm talking about. I think that's the way that should have hit with Ja Morant. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Well, think about it, too. They got rid of the coach last season. Now Ja's on the trade. Now they got rid of Baines. So they're essentially in a reset mode. And it's crazy how just a couple of seasons ago, they were one of the young upstart teams that you felt good about. Now they're essentially getting ready to have to start over unless they get an amazing trade. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, on the way, play of the day, Shekel City as well. We'll do that next. Plus, is there a particular NFL team that deserves a home game? We'll explain. It's The Odd Couple, Fox Sports.
Who are the teams you do not want to see hoisting the Lombardi in 3 weeks in Santa Clara?
All right. Well, it's tough in the NFC because there's two that I'm not that thrilled about.
Okay.
You got the two?
Who are they?
The Los Angeles Rams.
You hate Matt Stafford that much?
I didn't say that. Who said I hated him? I don't hate him.
Is it because it would ruin your Stat Padford moniker that you've made so much money off
of? And the Seahawks and Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. You would rather, okay, so Rob, playing that, you would rather see Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl.
Is that my only options?
No, I'm just saying. You're saying these are the two teams in the NFC I don't want to see in the Super Bowl.
But I have to pick one because I can't do both. Okay?
Yeah, you're fence sitting. I'm asking you.
Yes, who are you talking about?
Pick one. We don't do fence sitting on the Odd Couple.
If I have to, I'm going to say the Los Angeles Rams.
Why?
And I saw them at the end of the year. I know that they've had this year and all the stats. Matthew Stafford has put together a ton of stats. What do you got? 46 touchdowns and all that. And Puka,
you got all the numbers.
Puka's had an unbelievable year. But we saw that stumble against Atlanta. We saw that second half against Seattle in a game they should have easily won, Rob G. Up 30-14.
They should have won. I think they had like a 91% chance.
Blew a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter, not the second half.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter.
It was bad.
It was really bad. And I think I don't want to see, and this is where I'm going to be honest. Can I pull the curtain all the way back?
Absolutely.
I think Matthew Stafford would get an unfair rewriting of his career if they were able to win. Okay? And
Which you don't think he deserves.
Right. Yeah. What I mean by that is they already went to the Super Bowl before he got there.
Mm-hmm.
They already had the pieces parts.
They had the infrastructure.
It was already set up for him. He wins the first Super Bowl, Rob G. How many interceptions did he have in the Super Bowl? Because remember, he didn't even win Super Bowl MVP.
That would be Cooper Kupp.
He had 2 interceptions in that Super Bowl. He also had a big one that was dropped in the NFC, right? Okay, they won. I'm not taking anything away from them. And I think when you have a guy who was never up for All-Pro, his career, right? All-Pro, only made 3 Pro Bowls in 17 years as a quarterback in the NFL. And all of those stats that people point to were stats that I watched as meaningless stats. That's why he has a nickname. What was trending Sunday, Rob G, in his final game against the Cardinals?
Stat Padford.
Why would that be trending for a guy who's going into the Hall of Fame, a Hall of Fame quarterback? Why would that be trending? Because he was lighting up a bad team.
Because he was padding stats.
Exactly.
He was trying to win the MVP in Week 18.
Exactly.
And it worked because now he's the favorite.
And playing against, but I don't know, it's automatic.
But I mean, like, in some people's eyes, the stat padding works.
Right. But if you really looked at it, in those other 2 games where it was really important, it didn't happen. And he had that really bad 3-interception game against the Falcons. So I think that would be one team. And the second would be the Broncos in the AFC. Don't want to see the Broncos, and that's because I think Sean Payton is too smug. Sean Payton, the way he treated Russell Wilson really bothered me, the way he disrespected him and what that guy had done in the league, Rob G.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, people make it like he's a genius and he invented football. He's also the guy who suspended over Bounty Gate, sending his players out to hurt people.
Don't talk about that.
Nobody talks about that with Sean Payton. So I'm not a Sean Payton guy, and I'm not a Matt Stafford guy. So those are the 2, if I could say, 2 teams I don't want to get to the Super Bowl because it enhances their story.
Sure.
Sean Payton's already won 1 Super Bowl. Matt's already won 1.
Yep.
If those guys get another one, it changes the conversation and the narrative.
Okay. So if I remove the Carolina Panthers, that's why I was giving you a hard time with that, because I don't think they deserve to be in the playoffs, right? Because they're 8-9.
But
take them off the
table. But they beat the Rams down there, which is
but then
crazy.
they also lost a winner-take-all game and still got in because of some backdoor cover with the Falcons. So take them off the table. I'm with you on the Broncos in the AFC. I do not, other than the Sean Payton stuff, which you so eloquently put, I'm not a Sean Payton guy. You've known that for a while. I don't need to see the 26th rated quarterback and a middle-of-the-road offense in the Super Bowl in a game that's going to be 13-7 and you're going to win on the last-second field goal one way or the other. Like, if you watch football and you don't just look at the end, I know all you say is short menu wins and losses. If you watch football, you cannot say with a straight face the Denver Broncos are the best team in the AFC.
No, they had a lot of that Chiefs magic from a year ago.
Where everybody knew watching the games this team is not as good as the record.
And did we not say that all year with the Chiefs last year?
Mm-hmm.
Like the longest, one of the greatest but longest intros in the history of music. It's like 6 minutes. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a funky flashback Friday. Still got a lot coming up left in the show. You're talking about next hour. We'll have Sean King. We'll be down with the King. He'll join us. We'll talk some NFL headlines before the playoffs. And also, we'll talk with Lamar Mitchell, BetMGM Director of Trading, as we always do on Fridays as well. So still a lot left in the show. It is now time for your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
Beck holds his hands out, takes, drops,
to the right, to the right.
Looked. Wants to throw it down the road. Carson Beck into the end zone. He runs it in over the left side. Carson Beck takes it in for a Miami touchdown. Miami touchdown for Carson Beck. Is that the winning moment? It's a 3-yard touchdown.
All right, there you have it.
If that play-by-play, the color guy, brutal.
Racist.
Brutal.
Why got to be the color guy, Rob?
I said color.
Why be the color guy?
And you see what just happened in this game? Ridiculous. How old was the guy who scored? 27?
By the way, Carson Beck is 23. Just to throw that out there. Carson Beck is 23, too.
That's
Miami
the only
quarterback.
That's exactly.
Wait, what was exactly?
Indiana has a whole team of the 23-year-old guys you're talking about. Anyway, it's 7-0. Unbelievable. Is that the first pass of the game? It's ridiculous. They were at the 3-yard line or whatever it was. He just threw the ball right to the defender. Unbelievable. Now, where was he?
That's your Tire Rack Play of the Day, brought to you by Tire Rack. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, which means, folks, they will come to you. Go check them out, TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. It is now time for
Welcome to Shackle City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Hey,
all right, how you doing?
Don't cough on our cheesecake, please.
No, I got you.
Don't
I'm
worry,
over
it's
here
Kirkland.
looking.
We don't need it.
I'm looking like it's circa 2020 right now. All right, I'm masked up.
All right, here we go. 1-2 last night. 11-7 is where we are since the reset.
No, it's not going well, Rob.
Yeah, the last few days been rough.
But I did get Miami minus 3.5.
Yay.
Against Ole Miss. So that was
Did
the
you do
one.
this
I was
game?
doing that. Yes.
Tonight?
Yes.
All right.
So here we go. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. You know what? Here we go.
Hold up.
No.
I think he misremembers.
No, because I was picking NFL games and I didn't pick NBA for the weekend. All right, let me give you 3 NFL games out of this, and this will be.
Here's my picks for the 2028 season.
Yeah, here we go. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears plus 1.5 at home. That's my best bet against the Green Bay Packers.
I'm not mad at that one.
I got Philly minus 6. They're at home as well. I got Philly. And New England minus 3.5 taking on the Chargers. So
go Chargers.
I got the once again New England minus 3.5, Philly minus 6, and the Bears plus 1.5. And remember,
you like that Philly one? Ooh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
right, I feel it. That's a little different.
You don't like the Eagles last year. Last year you were like.
No, I'm talking about the points.
No.
Dang.
Okay, but I'm just saying last year you remember you were like you didn't believe in them.
Rob, can you? Okay.
I'm just
Look
saying.
at the way the Eagles have been this year.
You said that last year. You said that last year, and they won the Super Bowl.
They don't. Well, at least last year they were much more dominant, right? Saquon's doing his thing. I was talking more about Jalen Hurts in the big game. So I'm saying they haven't. They're just a weird team. Like they very well could win the Super Bowl again this year, back to back, or they could very well go against the 49ers. I mean, 49ers are a good team, so they lose. They're no scrubs. But what I mean is, you get what I'm saying. Like, man, they're a weird team. Like, they argue amongst each other every week. There's beef here between the coach and the quarterback. Now there's beef between the quarterback and receivers. And it's just – and they don't look good at times. They lose to random teams. They're just a weird team.
They're hosting the 49ers because they have a better record.
They are. It's just a strange
49ers defense isn't that great. I know.
Our friend of the show, Fred Warner, he ain't coming out of the –
I'm just saying they aren't. So it'll be interesting to see –
that's the only one. That 6 is kind of I can see them winning. They're very well. They're capable of repeating, right? Just from you talk about roster as far as just talent, if I listed guys on both sides of the ball, if I just listed names, they're one of the more talented teams in the NFL. So that's why I think people get perplexed on why it's not cohesive. Like you've been together so many years now. You've been to 2 Super Bowls. Why is it weird? Why is there beef?
But 6 is doable at home. I mean, I don't think it's like outrageous that they couldn't win by a touchdown. That's all I'm saying. Like
last week,
if it was 7.5 or 9.5, like the Lions were 9.5-point favorites over Washington.
I'm putting that on your tombstone, by the way. Here lies a man who remembers that the Lions were 9.5-point favorites to the Commanders. I'm going to put that on there.
That was the game you told me that the Commanders couldn't win. Yeah, I remember that.
Hey, by the way, I think you're going to like who I believe is under more pressure than anybody. I'm going to tell you that next.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In the second game of the college football playoff semifinal, Indiana is on the board early.
Here's Dante Moore ready to take the snap. Drops back, throws the football. There we go! Intercepted! D'Angelo Ponds! Touchdown! Unbelievable! D'Angelo Ponds intercepts the first throw of the ball game, and this crowd is going absolutely mad!
Don Fisher from Learfield on the call. Indiana has a 7-0 lead, 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Other college football news, the NCAA did deny Trinidad Chambliss a waiver for a 6th year of eligibility, although Ole Miss will appeal the decision. In the NBA, the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining trade offers for two-time All-Star John Morant ahead of the February 5th trade deadline, and Maverick star Anthony Davis has ligament damage in his left hand. I'm Brianna Muro.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 here on the Odd Couple. It's a funky flashback Friday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. And be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. You're watching us simulcasting radio, and we're on YouTube every night. All you need to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that button. Don't stop there.
Do it!
A little thumbs up icon
Thumbs what?
Thumbs up icon and comment away.
Thanks a lot, Josh Hart.
Let us, I know, it just will never be the same again.
Nope.
Let us know which one of us is more odd. That's pretty obvious. Check it
out
on
Washington.
YouTube and watch us
Stop it.
live right now. Don't cough on a cheesecake. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Don't forget, we'll be down with the King, Sean King, in about 28 minutes, the former NFL quarterback and Fox Sports Radio NFL analyst. And don't forget, in this hour, Alex, we're going to be having cheesecake with whipped cream to celebrate my birthday, which is actually tomorrow, but I wanted to celebrate with the Odd Couple crew. So we will do that in about 45 minutes. And, Rob G., we got an update, I know, on this game here. Since Oregon gave it up, that big touchdown.
Yeah, he had a pick six on the first play of the game offensively for Oregon. It was a tough scene. Probably the worst way you can start a game. But credit to Dante Moore, the quarterback for Oregon, and Dan Lanning got those guys regrouped, ready to roll. They're currently in the red zone driving 1st and 10 in Indiana territory. So good bounce back drive for the Ducks there.
I'm 100% Kelvin. You know, that could just shake you. You know what I mean? Like the first pass is intercepted for a touchdown. You know, you're like, oh, my God. You know, they get another score. We're down 14-0, and this thing could be over. And instead, this is a nice long drive, a lot of nice runs, passes. Like, they compose themselves. Obviously, they want to get on the board here.
We're looking at two quarterbacks who might be the 1 and 2 pick, or, you know, depending on how some people have Mendoza, some people have Moore. Swap it out, who's better. But so this is going to be a competitive game. We should see a lot of special plays from both teams. And if you're Oregon, you're looking at like, this is what we were trying to do the first drive. If we didn't throw the pick six, this is what we were going to do. So the way to push back and get past the mental hurdle. And we always talk about baseball. You throw that first pitch, it's a home run. Hey, you got to have amnesia. You got to get over it, get right back to it.
Who was it, Rob G? Todd McShay, who said that Moore should not to go back to school and not go to the Jets?
Yes, avoid the Jets at all costs.
At all costs, don't go back. And, you know,
that's a real thing, man.
There's a big hot
people
debate.
Are saying that.
I heard Michael Kay, who has a show on ESPN in New York, and he pushed back on that, and some other people. It was a lot of local guys, especially. With that, what do you think of that? Really?
That's a real thing. I mean, because you go there, for instance, Rob Parker does not like Aaron Glenn, and I was disappointed in Aaron Glenn because I thought, if nothing else, we can at least see one side of the ball defensively where you hang your hat. We saw none of that. In fact, they got worse in pretty much everything. So, including the interception, only team in NFL history, no interception. So, you're going there with a defensive coach who defensively they ain't great. Are you sitting behind Justin Fields because they got a 2-year deal with him, or are you going there? I mean, it's just a bad situation that we're then going to judge you on. Oh, you aren't good enough. You aren't doing enough. Look at him. He shouldn't have been a number 1 pick. And so I can see why he wants to pull a little Eli Manning or something, put a little pressure on the Jets to trade that pick away, get a bunch of picks or something, because it's not far-fetched.
Let's update the game real quick because they just capped off. Did he make that, Rob G? Yes. Okay, he just capped off, Kelvin, a 8-minute drive, 75 yards. Dante Moore, 19-yard touchdown pass. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-7. You know, like this was what they needed. Dante Moore, if you watch that pass, I don't know if you saw it, Kelvin.
I'm a little behind.
Okay, Rob G, nice touch on that ball. Took a little off, lofted it up right for the receiver. That was a nice throw right there.
Oh, again, why people expect him to be the number 1 pick.
Am I right?
And that seems the conversation with both of these guys. Like, they're presumptive number 1 and number 2 if Moore comes out. We don't know if he's going to do yet.
Right.
But the conversation on both of these guys is Mendoza more polished, better in the pocket, seasoned. He's been playing for a long time. He's going to be more ready day 1. But as you saw on that drive and that throw he just made, Dante Moore's tools are so much better than Fernando Mendoza.
I'm telling you, right?
The ceiling
he just only played 1 season, and so he doesn't have much experience at all. Hence why he threw a terrible interception on his first play of the game.
But he just redeemed himself.
He came right back.
Exactly.
So you're going to get the full gamut with him.
With a really, really nice touchdown throw. Here's my thing, and Rob G, just stay on with this because you were here, and me and Chris had this conversation, Kelvin, about Joe Burrow. People were trying to talk Joe Burrow from going to Cincinnati. I don't know if you remember that. But it was this whole thing. Don't go to Cincinnati. It's a bad organization. It's a mom and pop store, Mike Brown, blah, 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 blah. And I remember, Rob G, correct me if I'm wrong, me and Chris were both like, no, if you're that guy, you go to Cincinnati and you can turn it around. You'll be the reason why it's different. And obviously he went there in his second year, took him to the Super Bowl, beat the Chiefs in Kansas City, and all that. And that's why I would say no. You can't pick your place, and you never know where you're going to go and how things work out. So I don't totally believe in that about not wanting to go somewhere. And I know it's happened. Eli Manning did it. I know it's happened. John Elway, right, didn't want to go to Baltimore.
Correct.
He was going to go play for the Yankees. You remember that? Him and Steinbrenner offered him a contract, and he wound up getting
Caleb
to go to
Williams
Denver.
tossed it around to him and his father. He wanted to go play with the Bears. So, and again, the Bears is a organization.
But there's an example right there. The Bears. Caleb didn't want to go there. Quarterbacks never threw for 4,000 yards. They win the division. You know what I mean? In the second year.
But so a couple things, though, Rob. He gets perfectly aligned, goes there first year, has a horrible coach, and look at him. Wasn't the greatest. Some people were disappointed. Some people were glass half full. Some guys half empty.
Yeah, but you don't know what's going to happen.
Right, I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying.
You might go to the Jets, and Aaron Glenn is bad again, and he's not the coach after year one.
And then you get a coach that is capable like Ben Johnson. So you're right. I just am now here. The Joe Burrow one is interesting because now Joe Burrow's sitting there. I'm not happy with football. It's a lot happened to me. I'm not happy. I'm miserable.
That's different.
And now he's going through it. And now Bengals could say, hey, we signed both your boys.
We gave you what you wanted.
Signed Chase. We gave you what you wanted. We even brought Hendrickson back. So yes, the team sucked this year. You were injured this year. We can't help you being injured. You're always injured, even back in high school and college. So, yeah, the only example, another example, and you don't like it even though you lived it, was Matthew Stafford. Everybody was like, they're 0-16. Why would you want to go there? They've sucked for so many years.
I don't remember Stafford ever questioning going to the Lions. You could tell me.
No, that's my point. He said,
I
wanted to be there. He said, I want to be there. I want to be a part of the change. I want to go. And so Lions fans were like, wow, okay, he's not ducking and dodging. And remember, this is coming off of Eli just, 4 or 5 years early.
But he didn't win anything at Georgia. What did Matthew Stafford win in college?
He was by far the number one pick.
But that's not what I just said. What did he win in college? He didn't win anything.
But wait, what is that? What does that have to do with it?
No, I'm just saying, I don't want to go to a place where I can't win. You didn't win in college. You didn't win.
Eli didn't win nothing in college.
No, but I'm just saying, that's why I never heard.
And so far, Moore ain't won nothing yet. He might get kicked out of here.
I never heard Matthew Stafford, but I'm saying, what would have been his grounds of not wanting to go to the Lions?
Because
I don't remember that.
I'm the number. I lived it. I vividly remember because
I don't remember that at all.
They kept asking. Remember, they're 0-8, 0-10. 0-12. He's the number one pick. He's the number one pick. And then it started the questions. Hey, you're looking at a team that's probably going to go 0-16. This team that's not going to win a game. Why would you want to go there? Are you the number one pick? You want to go there? And during the whole draft and combine, I want to go. I want to compete. I want to be part of the change. And a lot of Lions fans, we're like, oh, he's not ducking the smoke. He's not complaining. He's not, I'm going to talk to my agent and see. He was like, I want to be there, which is why he was so indebted. And obviously, you still left some on the table. You wish some things worked out better, but so he was able to get to the postseason a handful of times and make it at least a competitive team for so many years. So speaking of which, I know you guys were talking yesterday just kind of, about the playoffs, kind of projecting a little bit. And it got us thinking about this one too, Rob, of what's the team that has the most pressure, that has to get it done. And for me, despite what it seems like, it isn't Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because everybody's already got their built-in excuse. Everybody's already got their, well, Josh Allen doesn't have this and he doesn't have that. And part of it's true. I've said it. He's got to be Superman all 4 quarters, night in, night out. Defense is okay, not great. Running game with Cook. They don't run him enough. They get away from it enough. He doesn't have big receivers. So I think he's going to get the built-in excuses, by the way, that Lamar doesn't often get at times if he were to lose. I think I'm looking at the Rams. I'm looking at Matthew Stafford and the Rams. And I'm saying, you guys just a handful of weeks ago were going to be the number one team in the conference, let alone your division, which is one of the hardest, if not the hardest in football. The hardest conference, you could have had home field advantage throughout this whole thing. You look like you might be the MVP. This looks like a team that could be going right back to the Super Bowl like they were a handful of years ago. And to me, you don't want to waste that. Sean McVay has a chance to separate himself from the Sean Paytons and the Tomlins and the McCarthys, guys who won one and who were good but left a lot to be desired. He has an opportunity to do that. And not to mention, you got the 49ers who are always good. And then you also have, of course, the Seahawks now who look like they're good. In fact, Vegas has them as a favorite. So it's not like, oh, you got some weak division, you can come right back. I think a lot of pressure on a wasted season. You lost to the Panthers a few weeks back. And now if you lose to them again in the postseason, that would be such a waste of a dominant season for Matthew Stafford, waste of a really good season for that team as a whole, where a lot of folks were saying this is the most complete team just 3 weeks ago, until we talk about losing to Seattle, then you lose again, and you had to beat losing to the Falcons, then you had to beat the Cardinals just to look like you were something again. So I think the pressure, to me, is on a team like that, because I think the Bills, everybody already has their excuse. Everybody already has their way out, if you will, for Josh Allen and that team. They're not complete like the Patriots or the Texans and some other teams in the AFC.
Yeah, I disagree. I still think it's the Bills because of who's missing in the AFC. I think the Mahomes and Lamar, even though Lamar's never won anything, those missing, when you talked about the AFC, those are the three quarterbacks you always talked about vying for. So now two of those guys are missing. So it's the Buffalo Bills, and they're the ones who've been close all this time. I think now that the Rams have to go on the road to make this thing happen, I don't think that they're nearly the favorite that they would have been had they been the number one seed in the NFC. I think it changed, and that loss to the Falcons was really bad, and the way that they lost to Seattle. They gave Seattle something if they ever face each other again, or the situation where Seattle, they were down 30-14 in the fourth quarter. Give up, you know what I mean? They gave up a 16-point lead.
And that's why, to me, that's gonna haunt you.
But I'm just saying that. But to me, Buffalo is the one that if you ever wanted, if not now, win. Like, here's your opening. Are you saying the Chiefs are never getting back to the playoffs, or the Ravens never getting back to the playoffs? You're Josh Allen. You can't beat 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. You can't beat Drake May. I'm just Justin Herbert hasn't been great in the postseason. Who are you not beating?
Yeah. Well, and that's so. On paper, we talked about this a handful of weeks ago, and I said that. I was like, dude, 3 of the 4 horsemen are out. Like, this is you. Like, this is your time. But I think when you look at it, you're looking at the Denver Broncos, and you're looking at a coach that has a Super Bowl title. And you're looking at a world-class defense that you and I have talked about throughout this NFL season. That defense is serious business. You're looking at a Texan team whose defense might even be better, and a team that is surging and has won 8 or 9 straight. And your Patriots have been, some people would say, the most complete and maybe even have an MVP in Drake May. And I think people are looking at the Bills like, not a really good team. Love Josh Allen. Yeah, he's Superman. But he's going to have to be Superman, 3 games in a row? And that's asking too much. He can't even be normal Josh Allen, right? Which is really, really good, an MVP candidate type of good. He's got to be Superman. And I'm wondering if the bailout is already there, right? People already got their bail ready.
That's different. I understand after the fact, but I'm just saying the Rams have a way harder road now.
But that's the part of it, Rob. They put this on themselves. Yeah. You take care of business. You wouldn't have had it this hard.
Yeah, but
they didn't.
It's there now, and now to try to have to go win 3 games on the road to get there is going to be a tall order. And we saw last year in Philadelphia, they had a chance to win that game against the Eagles.
They did.
They had the ball, and first and 10 at the 30 or whatever, and it was 4 and out. And that was the game.
And you know what, Rob? That's because also, too, they were in that snow, and if they took care of business, they'd be at the Dome, the SoFi. They'd be in SoFi in LA.
And they might have to play Philly again. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I still think Buffalo, even though I get it, they're not a complete team, but the other teams they need to face. So, all right, 877.
I just feel like the bail is right there. Oh, man, look at it. The team, come on, Josh, ain't got nothing. I already hear it coming.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. And who is under more pressure to win this weekend, the Rams or the Bills? We'll continue this conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Unless you're Kelvin, you get no cheesecake in the U.S. of A.
That's right.
He's done it! He has done it! 62!
Some college coaches saying it ain't really fair what's going on in college right now.
Yeah, this is the gift that keeps on giving in the world of college sports. This all kind of started years ago, to be honest, but this really has hit a crest in the last week and a half. And that is because on Christmas Eve, Baylor announced that they would be signing the 31st pick in the 2023 NBA draft, a young man by the name of James Nagy, to their active roster. The reason why this is important is because even though Nagy was drafted 31st overall, he played in the NBA Summer League. In fact, he was part of the Karl Anthony Towns trade that sent him to the Knicks. He never actually played in an NBA game, and he spent the last 5 years instead playing in the EuroLeague, which means in a roundabout way, because he never actually played in the NBA, he is eligible, maintains his eligibility to play in college. This has led a number of college coaches to get real up in arms about it. Last week, it was Tom Izzo. Earlier today, it was John Calipari. Take a listen to Coach Cal on the subject.
Well, look, I don't blame coaches. You know, I've got friends that are playing with 27-year-olds and they feel bad. I said, don't feel bad. We don't have any rules. Why should you feel bad? But let me give you this. Real simple. The rules be's the rules. So if you put your name in the draft, I don't care if you're from Russia and you stay in the draft, you can't play college basketball. Well, that's only for American kids. What? If your name is in that draft and you got drafted, you can't play because that's our rule. Yeah, but that's only for American kids. Okay, now, here's the next lawsuit. Well, we don't have a say over European players. You do if they're playing in college basketball. So that means you don't have a say over high school kids. So whatever a high school kid does before he comes here, don't you do one thing because there's a suit. Because what you're saying is, if he's in Europe, we don't have the same rules.
All right, Rob, do you have an update from the NCAA?
Yeah, so this clip obviously went viral. We'll get to here in a second. But in the wake of this, the NCAA has released a statement with regards to the whole situation. NCAA President Charlie Baker says in part, quote, the NCAA has not and will not grant eligibility to any prospective or returning student athletes who have signed an NBA contract. This includes a two-way contract. Somehow, some way, Najee's in the gray area where he got neither, so he's eligible.
Okay. And I'm going to say this, Kelvin. These coaches are such hypocrites. They really are. And what they used to do to kids was they used to punish kids who wanted to enter the draft, even if they didn't have an agent or even if they didn't get drafted. You know what they used to tell those kids? Tough luck. You cannot come back to college basketball. Why not? They didn't have an agent and they weren't drafted. They thought their stock was higher. They didn't get drafted. Why shouldn't you be able to come back? It was punishment. It was trying to scare the kids from trying to better themselves and taking a chance in life. And now the whole idea is to punish. This kid hasn't played. You could play around the NBA. When you go look in the NBA stats and ask a guy, does he get an NBA pension? Does he get an NBA pension?
I would assume not.
No, he didn't play. He hasn't played in the NBA. There's a lot of guys who played in summer league and they wore a uniform. They didn't play in the league. I hate to break it to you. I don't remember these guys, Tom Izzo and all these other people, coaches doing all the stuff that they do, all the money that they've made. I don't remember John Calipari being so worked up that Rick Pitino school had prostitutes in the dorm and all that other stuff and all the other penalties and punishment for those. I don't remember those press conferences. I don't remember them coming out and saying this is awful. The reason that college basketball is where they are is because of greed. They never wanted to share with the players. They used to penalize players. Who penalizes a kid who wants to go back to college? He wasn't drafted. Oh no. How dare you put yourself in the draft, right? How dare you? You're not coming back here. What? That's education? That we're denying kids a chance to come back to college? I'm sorry.
It's Fox Sports Radio. We are the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin in Washington, on a funky Flashback Friday. Don't forget, we got Sean King coming up in a few minutes. Always down with the King around this time on Fridays. And we're going to celebrate our man Rob Parker's birthday, which is actually tomorrow, but we're going to celebrate it as a team coming up here in just a little bit as well. And with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us in all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeartRadio app. It's always going to pop up right there at the top. All right, Rob, 877-90. Go ahead, Rob.
I was going to say, and Indiana, right? Up 14-7.
Right.
Give it an update.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just another touchdown there from them. Mendoza throws an 8-yard touchdown, so they're just kind of getting it going on both sides of the ball right now. 14-7, we look like we might be in for a good one at the end of the first quarter of the Chick-fil-A
I think it's a good first quarter only because Oregon had that 8-minute drive. You know what I mean? Like Indiana could have stopped them right there and been like, nope, the game's over. We're not going to have a game tonight. We got a game.
No, for sure. And, I mean, that's what we want. Listen, yesterday was epic. Last night's game was incredible, man. You know, it was just what you hoped. Because we've been talking about how some of these college football games, especially early on, last few seasons, have just been blowouts, average margin of victory like 17. It was just been, tough to watch. So we got a really good one last night to pretty much the very end. I mean, throwing it back in the end zone, kid got a hand on it. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Really just who you thinking is under more pressure in this playoffs? Is there a particular team or is there a particular quarterback that you would say is under more pressure as we head into the game starting off tomorrow? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
Brandon in Riverside. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, B?
Oh, man, I'm good. What's going on, man? It's hard to get on here, man.
It's,
but I'm glad I got through.
That's a good thing, man. Appreciate everybody.
It is. I know it's tough, but it just if you got in that quickly, it would be bad for us. That's all.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here long.
Right.
But, no, you know what, Calvin? I got to disagree. It's everybody is screaming Bills. That's all I've been hearing on ESPN, Fox, or whatever. They just basically, like Rob said, if you don't have Mahomes, you won't have Jackson, you ain't got Burrow, then you got to go take it now. And if anybody else, then the Rams, it would be the 49ers pretty much because they got there. I know their team are not completed because they got some injuries, but the coach got to prove himself. Just like on the Bills, their coach, I forget that coach name, he really to prove himself because his job is pretty much on the line. Yeah, like I would say the Bills have more pressure than the Rams do. I hang up and listen to your comments, man.
All right,
doubt.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you, B. I hear him. I just think the Bear. I already hear, man. He ain't have a shot. Look at this. They don't. I just already hear the Bill team. It's how people feel about LeBron, right? He didn't have the right team. He didn't have this. He didn't have the right GM. He didn't. People get mad. Like it's always an excuse with LeBron. I feel like that's going to be Josh Allen. Like there's going to be an excuse, and the bail will be presented to get him out of that.
Rob in Memphis, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Rob?
Hey, what's going on? A whole lot of Robs in the building.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah. A whole too many.
Never enough Robs in the building.
100.
Let me preface my take with this right here. I love both of you guys. Rob, I know you've been covering the league since 1825.
1825 even.
No, you don't tell me who to bet on, but I still follow some of your picks. You won me some money, so I love you. Thank you.
Yes.
Kelvin, I got love for you too, but I can't trust your quarterback opinions because you believe a man finishing top 10 in touchdowns, passing 2 MVP, 2 Super Bowls, don't even belong in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy. Let me move on.
All right. So who you got on this tougher? Who has more pressure?
So I think the Bills, or really I should say Josh Allen has the most pressure, but for a different reason than y'all.
Okay.
I think his reason is because he's the one, out of everyone in the playoffs, he's the one that's been knocking on the door the longest, and that's been closest the longest without completing the job. These other guys haven't failed this many times. Personally.
I mean, I could argue to the last caller's point, Brock Purdy. He's already been to the Super Bowl. He's been in the NFC Championship game. He's, that 49ers, Kyle Shanahan been there with Jimmy Garoppolo.
All right.
I don't know if we lost him. But, yeah, I mean, you can make that point for Kyle Shanahan if you want to go that route.
Well, Kyle Shanahan got to win at some point. And let's squeeze in Andre from Massachusetts real quick. Andre, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, buddy?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Happy Friday. Listen, there's no two ways about it. It's the Buffalo Bills. It's the difference between going scuba diving and the Marianas Trench. This is a team that has to break through. And listen, we can talk about excuses for Josh Allen, Sean McDermott. Here's what it is, okay? They're both poor man's Marv Levy's and Jim Kelly's.
Yep.
All right, at least that group broke through and got to some Super Bowls. They have yet to advance and to get past the AFC Championship game. And by the way, where is the king? Where is Patty Mahomes? Who's sitting on the Iron Throne? Okay? This year, yes, I know we got a movement going on in New England with the Patriots. Very exciting. Drake May, Mike Vrabel. They're the new kids on the block, right? Sean McVay, Josh Allen. Your window, it's not what it used. We can talk about, okay, no, it's not closed. All right. They have to show well and prove that they can at least get to the AFC Championship game with the possibility of breaking through, or it's going to people start talking about what direction are we going to go. And they are building a new stadium next year. That factors in. Thanks for taking the call.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Drake.
Appreciate you, Drake. All right, appreciate everybody with the calls. As always, on the other side, we're going to have Sean King. We'll be down with the King as usual. Right now, it's Bree's going to get you updated. Hey, Bree.
Hey, guys. Okay, so there's 13 and a half minutes left, and Indiana does have a 14-7 lead over Oregon right now. Indiana just got the ball back. They're on their own 18. Other news in college football, the NCAA did deny Trinidad Chambliss a waiver for a 6th year of eligibility. Ole Miss will appeal the decision. In the NFL, the Commanders are promoting assistant quarterbacks coach and former NFL quarterback David Bluff to be their new offensive coordinator. The Miami Dolphins made it official and hired Green Bay Packers VP of Player Personnel John Eric Sullivan as their general manager. And with Wildcard Weekend coming up, the Buffalo Bills rolled out linebacker Terrell Bernard and cornerback Maxwell Harrison for Sunday's game at Jacksonville. And 49ers left tackle Trent Williams is questionable for the 49ers matchup against the Eagles. In the NBA, the Grizzlies are entertaining trade offers for John Morant ahead of the trade deadline. And currently on the court, the Clippers have a 61-42 lead over the Nets. The Grizzlies are on top of the Thunder, 26-20, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And the Celtics are beating the Raptors, 86-71, 5.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Bree. Appreciate it. As always, I cover Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Funky Flashback Friday. And dang it, if it's a Friday, you know we got to be doing our show with our man. We got to be down with the King, Sean King, former NFL quarterback, Fox Sports Radio, NFL analyst, Real Sean King on X. Make sure you give him a follow. What up, Sean? Happy Friday, brother.
The U is back.
Oh, okay. They are back. Well,
wait a minute, I thought
listen.
Tulane was back. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, we made it to the college football playoff. Good season. That was cute. But what the U doing is big time. I mean, is the last time, I mean, they were in this position? I mean, guys like Sean Taylor, Jeremy Shockey, they had, guys that retired from the NFL playing for them.
Man, it's good to see those back. We got a conversation about that coming up in the next hour. We'll do that in a minute. Right now, 14-7 in this game. You got two quarterbacks. You were a quarterback whisperer. Talk to us a little bit about the difference, pros and cons maybe between Moore. A lot of people say could go 1 or 2, and then Mendoza, a lot of people say could go 1 or 2.
Both talented. I think Mendoza's much more talented and much more ready to help an NFL team right now in January of 26. I think Dante, if he wants a long-term successful career in the NFL, probably should go back to Oregon. But it's hard to not enter the draft if you're going to be potential top 5 pick. So we'll see. But I did a deep dive on these two guys. Mendoza's bigger, but he's also as good of an athlete as Moore. He has a liver arm. He's more accurate. So I definitely think Mendoza's worthy of a high first-round pick. Is he the best player in this draft? No, that's Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. But I'm a Mendoza believer. I deep dived this on Monday, Rob. Both of these guys, Mendoza is more talented than Dante Moore.
Do you notice this thing? Am I Mendoza when he hands the ball off, waves the running back to go? Have you noticed that?
I haven't seen that yet.
Rob G, have you noticed that, Kelvin? Watch him.
I don't know if
he hands the ball and then he's waving his hand like go. I've seen it a few times. So I'm trying to say that's kind of weird. All right,
it might be something that is being taught. All these guys are a little different.
Yeah, it was just weird. Let me ask you. There was Todd McShay, the draft guru, was saying that Moore shouldn't go to the Jets or whatever. Stay back in college. You don't want to go there. Do you buy into that, or a player not going to the league because it's the Jets or whatever?
Well, it's really a self-confidence thing, right?
See, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
If I'm that guy, I don't care where I go. I'm going to make it better.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's what Joe Burrow did. That's what Joe Burrow did. Right. They couldn't win a playoff game in Cincinnati.
I mean, if I go back, who's to say that next year I'm not going to end up in Arizona or, God knows where. You know what I'm saying? There's no guarantee that the team at the top of the draft is going to be loaded next year. Part of being a first pick in the draft, a top 5 guy, is you can change the organization. Look, whatever you think about Caleb Williams, the Bears were awful. They're in the playoffs. Oh. Whatever you think about Jaden Daniels, Washington, he had an excellent rookie year. Bryce Young has the Panthers in the playoffs.
C.J. Stroud, his first year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it would be ludicrous for Moore to go back to school because he doesn't want to be a Jet. But I would understand if he wants to go get more experience and get bigger, faster, stronger, and be better prepared to be good early. Because what we're seeing, regardless of where you're drafted, organizations aren't giving these young kids a whole lot of patience in a lot of instances.
Yeah, a lot of them are coming in with 35, 45 starts, and he kind of more or less this is his first real year. Let me ask you this, Robin.
So hold on, Kate.
Oh, go ahead.
So this is a thing where I think two things could be true. I think that COVID year and the JUCO years not counting is terrible for college, but it's great for the NFL. I mean, if you look at
I get what you mean.
Yeah, if you look at Tyler Shook and Bo Nix and even Cam Ward, who did a lot of good stuff, and all of these guys are 23, 24 now. They're playing better earlier because they're older. But I don't think it's a good thing for college where you got 18, even sometimes 17-year-old kids on the field with 23-year-olds, I think that's a huge disadvantage.
There you go. That's Indiana. I told you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up to you. We're talking about this. Help. I was going to say, help us out. Their average age is 23. We got the transfer portal. People are mad about that. You got the quarterback up there in Washington who signed on back early January, now ready to leave. If you're a commissioner or just over NCAA or just you being obviously a voice, do you not care? Meaning, hey, this is the way it is, and hey, if everybody's happy, roll with it. Or do you have fixes to this where you can right this ship, if you will?
Well, hopefully we're past the COVID extra year and all that flimflammery that occurred from 2020 to now. But let me redirect the question slightly. Hat tip to Kirk Cignetti and what he's been able to do. For those that are uninformed, the majority of this roster are his James Madison kids that he brought with him in Indiana.
Yeah.
We will find out if he is really like a creme de la creme, Nick Saban, career path type coach next year. Because most of his James Madison kids are graduating. So that's when we'll find out, is Cignetti really that guy? Or did he just, kind of find the perfect organic time to come to Indiana with a group of hardened, mentally tough kids while Michigan was going through a transition and Penn State was, firing their head coach. Like, he caught the Big Ten at the right time.
Right. Plus, they get their top 10 in money spent, $20 million coaching staff, Mark Cuban writing big checks all over the place. Let's get to some NFL games real quick. Who do you like this weekend? I'll just, bounce around a couple games. Let's see. I don't want to start with the Rams. What's the other game I want to know about?
Let me start here, Rob. Let me start here. I'm planting my flag in Duval.
Okay.
That's my number one opinion. That's my number one opinion. I think the Jaguars are for real. I think it may ultimately cost McDermott his job. I think it's why you haven't seen Harbaugh be in a rush to make a decision. I think the Jaguars beat the Bills, and I would not be surprised if McDermott is fired sometime shortly thereafter.
Speaking of that, real quick, your take on Harbaugh. I want him to be fired after week 1 after they blew that game in Buffalo. What your take on that? He was there 18 years. That's a long time for an NFL coach. You don't think that was ridiculous, do you? Some people actually
I don't think it was ridiculous, but I do question, can they find someone better? But if you fast forward, now, I don't know if anybody's whispered this to Lamar Jackson, but all the pressure's on you, big dog.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that a couple days ago.
But, Sean, I hear they say that. Dude, the defense gave up. Derrick Henry fumbled in big games. There's a lot more than just Lamar. I know it's easy to say that as a quarterback. You notice you played the position. You get all the glory and all the blame. But that Ravens team, there's a lot of bad stuff there. You know what I mean?
Well,
defensively, the special teams. I mean, I don't know how many fumbles. It's just amazing.
Well, here's what's interesting. They had one uneven year, and that was this year. Last year,
right,
Lamar statistically had his greatest year, even though he finished second to Allen in the MVP. And now all of a sudden this year, he don't get along with Todd Monken. So all I'm saying, because that story came out, there's just a lot of pressure on Lamar to show up and show out next year. And I don't know that you get a better coach than Harbaugh. It might work out in the short term, but, I mean, Harbaugh is elite. What he's done in 18 years consistently is pretty impressive.
I think that ship sailed. My God. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Stefanski, some people say he's offensive-minded, and what if he got with a guy like Lamar?
This is how bad this group of potential head coaches is. A guy that has not figured out the quarterback position, period, during his tenure in Cleveland. I know he's won 2 Coach of the Year.
I was going to say, make sure you throw that in there. Yeah.
I got it, but again, when have we believed in the Cleveland Browns? Now all of a sudden he's the marquee guy on these lists. That's how bad of a group this is. To the point where I wouldn't be surprised if the Mike McDaniels of the world end up getting another opportunity to be a head coach.
I would.
It's possible. It's possible compared to some of the guys you mentioned.
Rob, let me ask you this. The good guys aren't taking the Carolina, Cleveland. They're not taking those jobs. So once Salah and Flores and Harbaugh figure out where they're going to go, I mean, Cleveland's telling people we keeping the GM. You got to keep Jim Schwartz. Mike McDaniel might say, okay, I'm cool with that. Not saying he deserves a job. I'm saying I think this pool of candidates is so unaccomplished that a guy like Mike McDaniel might get another job right off the bat.
That's not crazy, although, he wouldn't look good in Honolulu Blue, as offensive coordinator up there. That wouldn't look great. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Oregon gave up another easy touchdown. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is a funny game. Dante Moore is really a top 5 pick. He's going to have to be special the rest of the night.
Yeah. They got to get.
Because everything
said he want to come back.
They need another touchdown right here before the half just to make it a game, and then you can try to clean everything
Yes,
up.
they do. Before I go, because I want people to make some money, because you got Shilling City.
Shilling
City is crazy.
I've got Philadelphia versus either Jacksonville or Houston in the Super Bowl, and I've got Philadelphia repeating, going back to back.
See, there you go. Okay.
All right, there you are.
All right, thanks, Sean, man. We appreciate
it
as always.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Same to you. All right, on the way, celebrating your birthday, right? We're going to do a little birthday toast to you.
Cheesecake.
That's right, little cheesecake. We'll do that next. And plus also, John Harbaugh, we both agree, he's tripping. We'll tell you what we mean. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Drake May is now the heavy favorite, minus 400 to win the MVP. Stafford may have cost himself some hardware last night.
I think he cost himself hardware. I really do. The way you finish is very important, and even though, like again, it's the Falcons. It's not like the greatest game. Like the situation was the greatest, but coming off of that loss to Seattle. These are national games that people are watching. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not just people in L.A. who watch them closely, but these are national games. And then to see the 3 interceptions. Okay, you could have had one pick. You know what I mean?
Right.
3 is a really bad night, especially with his history and whatnot. And he was bucking a lot of odds for a guy who had never really been considered right for All-Pro. Right? He's played a long time in the league. He don't have any of those accolades. I think Rob G, 3-time Pro Bowler, including this year, and 2 of the 3 might have been in reserve roles where he took over for somebody, right? 2 of the 3.
Maybe one was, but
or is it 1-1, Rob G, before this year? It might have been, but I don't remember. I know he definitely was a reserve filling in for somebody in one of those years. But anyway, and then here's the MVP trophy like on your lap. You could have just played regular, not great, right? Regular, because he had piled up so many numbers. He's been bad, and that loss to Seattle. If you go back and look at that fourth quarter, I think they had 3 straight 3-and-outs. Like seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So people look at that. They look at what he did last night, and I think even the people like me who don't put that much stock, I don't have a vote in the Patriots schedule or whatever. What did he do to a bad team? He destroyed the Jets. He had a perfect passer rating, Rob G, right? Perfect. 99.8. And here's this guy and Matthew Stafford, who's had this great season against a bad 6-9 Falcons team going nowhere fast. And instead, you turn into stink. I think he hurt himself.
I think he could hurt himself without a doubt. But I don't think he cost himself the MVP. I still think it's his. I think it's close if Drake May is around. But honestly, a couple of things still working in Matthew Stafford's favor. Some things working against, I think, Drake May. I'll start with Matthew Stafford. I do think the way he bounced back and got back in that game actually helped him in the sense that, all right, you were down big, 21-0. You were able to fight back. And depending on how you look at it, was that a Puka Nacua catch? It wasn't. He made some incredible throws
It's not
to
it's not a catch.
But I mean, my point is, I think those plays matter.
They called it a non-catch first. They didn't even reverse it.
They're tripping too.
Rob G, you saw
Rob
that
G,
ball
what you
move.
think? I thought that was a catch.
That ball moved.
I thought that was a catch.
I thought he caught it.
Yeah, I thought that was a catch.
That ball moved. It was clear, and they called it incomplete to start.
And they called a bunch of stuff wrong,
No,
Rob.
but I'm just saying, but they didn't reverse something that you thought.
So, but I think the comeback in that game, making those big plays at the end, and obviously the 2-2 Atwell, that was pass interference. So I think those things helped him in that. Man, look bad. How did he bounce back? Similar to we talked about Josh Allen a couple of 2-3 weeks ago, but he was able to get the win. But how did
Winning
you come
matters.
back when you? I agree, but how did you look coming back? Did you defeated? Did you keep throwing intercept? Did you go Jared Goff or Jared Tennis? No, you were able to bounce back and make that thing a thrilling end where you almost had a chance to win it. So I think that's also in his favor to me. Also is those numbers that Rob G was talking about. When you look at this, Rob, my gosh, despite everything we just talked about, well, you would think he had a horrible season. The man has 42 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. That is very Aaron Rodgers-like when Aaron Rodgers was winning all those times.
Tom Brady had better numbers than Aaron Rodgers and still lost.
Right, but I'm just saying those are great numbers. If I told you a guy has 4,500 yards and 42 touchdowns and 8 interceptions with another game to go, meaning he'd be inching towards 5,000, I mean, it's incredible. So
where's this team in the standings?
They are
Sixth
currently
seed, fifth. So
sixth.
another quarterback has similar stats, not as many touchdowns. Not as many touchdowns, but the same number of interceptions.
You talking about Drake May?
Drake May has the same.
Drake May numbers aren't that. He has 30 touchdowns.
No. But I'm talking about he has the same interceptions. I think they both have 8.
Yeah, and he has 30 touchdowns. Okay. He has a few more rushing.
Yeah, but also his team is the number 1 seed. Like that.
And I'm glad you said that.
And that's something that's important.
Now let's get to that. Here's the Drake May, where I think voters may consider. He has the luxury of playing the Jets twice, the Giants, the Titans,
didn't stop
the Saints,
Tom Brady from winning
the
MVP.
Saints. I hear you. Well, the Saints. Why he didn't win as many? Saints, Raiders, and the Bengals, and the Browns. Do you hear what I just said to you? The Dolphins twice, the Jets twice, the Giants, the Titans, the Saints, the Browns, and the Bengals. So I believe people are going to look at that as well. Matthew Stafford is playing in the toughest division. If you want to say it's NFC North, however, NFC West, NFC North, however you want to look at it, playing in an incredibly tough division, playing very good teams as we're looking at a replay we got on one of our TVs against the 49ers, very tough team in the Seattle Seahawks. And even in that game, you can't blame Matthew Stafford in the sense the man threw 440 yards.
You can blame him because he had a terrible fourth quarter in overtime.
Odd couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Funky
Guys,
Flashback
come in here,
Friday.
come in here.
Shout out to Sean King. We just were down with the King, and of course, that'll be up in the podcast. Rob G will have that up at some point for you when we're done with the show. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how,
Elijah,
for
you
where
come
they
in
drive
here.
ship fast and free.
Alex.
Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. All right. Little birthday celebration, huh?
Rob G, talk. You got the mic is up.
I'm looking at
Yes,
it.
we got the
The
cheesecake.
wait, okay, where does
bar.
Cheesecake
It's right
Factory
here
be?
on the YouTube.
You got the
Look
cheesecake?
at
You
that.
see that?
There it is.
Everybody come on in.
I see it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
How many
6,
slices
7,
we got?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12 slices of cheesecake.
Yes.
Oh,
The
snap.
orgasm
Come on.
of the mouth.
Here we go. Grab a plate.
Oh,
Four.
whoa.
Grab a plate. Come on. Bree. Sorry,
I see
Kelvin, you can't be
Vontae up
here.
in there. I see Bree.
Yes.
That's all good. I see, though. I see all.
Everybody
I see.
get a slice.
Everybody in there is one of your former, is a mentee of
No,
yours.
that's not true.
My gosh.
Not at all. Come on.
Hey, Rob G, I hate cronyism. I hate crony. Everybody in the whole Fox Sports Radio
Come
universe
on
is
in.
your people.
Stop it. That's it. Let's get the cheesecake. Hey, I'm going to say this as I celebrate my birthday tomorrow. Yeah, get a slice. Thanks to everybody for real and the birthday wishes. And, sometimes.
You're welcome, Rob.
You wake up. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you wake up sometimes and you can't believe, like, how old you are, Kelvin, for real. Like, seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
But I woke up today, and I know it's tomorrow, my birthday, and I'm just thankful because I don't think that automatically 62 is automatic. There's no such thing.
Hey, that's real, brother.
You know what I mean? I'm serious.
That's real.
And every day. Alex, did you get cake? Where are you? No, come here. I got whipped cream. Come here. I know. Did that sound right?
It sounded crazy.
sounded
And
crazy.
you're lucky he wasn't on the board because he would have hit you with a hold up
there
real
you go.
quick. One
Come
of my
on.
hold ups.
Rob, I want a spooge right there on the side. Oh, God.
I'm the whipped cream king. I'm the whipped cream king. Come here. Oh, yeah.
Look at that. You over here acting like
Come
Oprah.
on. Come on, whipped cream.
Cake for you.
Yeah.
You get cake. You get a cake. You get a cake. You get a cake.
And you get whipped cream on the Odd Couple. I love it.
Well, hey, Rob G, he out here looking like, was that Varsity Blues with the whipped cream? He out here looking like that.
Oh, looking like Ali Larder out here. Got that whipped cream bikini
Yeah,
on.
he out.
So,
Yeah, he looking like he know what he
But wait a
doing
minute,
with
did you
that.
guys get forks? You guys walked out.
Rob, we still got work to do. We can't just
Come get
eat
these
the food and
forks.
we'll come get it right now. We got about 2 minutes left.
Ian,
in this
can you get the
segment.
forks? For
Yeah,
everybody?
Come on,
Ivante,
Ian,
go
we-
get the forks.
Ian,
so
we got you a
everybody
job
can eat.
here. Go get the forks.
Can
Yeah,
you
I'm
get
watching
the forks?
y'all on the YouTube, you tizzles.
Hey,
the
but
you tibbles.
no, but seriously, like I said, Rob G, appreciate it. He went to Costco's, got the.
It's a great deal.
Yeah, how much was this? So like
$18.
$18. Like a slice over at the Cheesecake Factory is like 14 or 12 and a half or something.
Yeah, they
like
gotta
that.
relax over there. They getting a little. Now, granted, it's good and it takes 2 days to eat. Well, at least for me, I know you knock it out in one.
No,
but-
you kidding? Look what I'm doing right here.
Rob said he's pretty happy that Kelvin's not here because he has half the cheesecake to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. I remember what he did with the cupcakes. Brought us 6. It was 6 of us, and he still ate one.
That chinchilla's going to be looking like Michael Jackson after his
this
last
is
tour.
so good with the whipped cream. You know that? Oh my God. Oh God.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, Rob G, just put one in the freezer for your boy on Monday. I'll grab it. Don't worry about it.
Not doing that.
Can't do it.
Come on, Rob.
Cannot live with him.
Nah, can't do that.
Can't play
Rob
with
G,
him.
it's me and you.
Can't do it.
It's me and you.
Can't do that.
Alex,
Can't do it.
I know Alex wouldn't do it. He's with Rob, but it's me and you, Rob G.
What?
Rob paid the extra money for his flight so he could store the cheesecake underneath.
That's true.
Like as a carry-on.
There you go. Oh my
Rob G,
God.
you're funny if you think
about
that's
Robbers.
surviving till his flight.
No, it's not. There's no way. It's going to be
I don't know. He
dinner,
brought some
dessert,
food home
breakfast.
from Super Bowl. Remember?
Oh yeah, those were the. Well, today, going to Seattle, I did get up.
He just put a fresh topping of whipped cream, by the way, after he took another bite.
It is so good.
What?
The
Oh,
whipped-
God.
That spooge sound you heard was the ready whip getting sprayed across Rob's plate.
I don't know how you
God.
do it, Rob Parker, because the
I'm
next
fat.
6 months.
I'm fat.
You are right now, but this, again, what makes it crazy is that you unfat yourself for 6 months. It's amazing. You're a bear. You're a big. That's your new name. You're just a big grizzly bear. Go into hibernation somewhere.
But I have willpower. Alex has seen it. Everybody on the show.
You do.
I have real
yeah,
willpower.
you do. I give you credit. Now you ain't about to have no willpower when we go up to Santa Clara or wherever we're going up in the
San
Bay.
Francisco. But
Yeah, you ain't gonna-
but
ooh,
after
that's a
that,
good eating
don't
city,
forget what's coming up. The NABJ is where? In
Hot
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Exactly. I will be svelte for Magic City in August.
Oh, we know. We already know.
Well, thank
All
you,
right,
everybody.
well, college football. Yeah, happy birthday to our brother,
Happy birthday,
Rob
Rob.
P. Enjoy it. And save me a slice, dang it. Put it in the freezer with my
Too
name
late.
on it. Please, Rob, Alex.
Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible.
Fernando Mendoza is having himself a game.
Second down and actually 3. And here's the snap back. And Fernando again looks to throw it. Now he's going deep, way deep. And the catch is made. What a play! Guess who? Charlie Becker again. 36 yards. Indiana scores.
Don Fisher from Learfield on the call. It's 28-7, 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Dante Moore did just fumble the ball. Indiana is on the 21-yard line in the red zone right now. Other news in college football, the NCAA did deny Trinidad Chambliss a waiver for a 6th year of eligibility, although Ole Miss decided they will appeal the decision. In the NFL, Chargers running back Omarion Hampton is listed as questionable to play Sunday against the Patriots, and Trent Williams is questionable for the 49ers matchup against the Eagles.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
It's the cheesecake edition of the Odd Couple. Sorry about that. Hour number 3. Kelvin, I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen, it's all right, man. Enjoy yourself. This is your blubber season. You know, it's your birthday tomorrow. Live it up, bro. I don't know what you're doing in Seattle or Canada, but enjoy it.
And if you missed, I want to say this. Any of today's show, you can catch it on the podcast. It might have a little whipped cream on it, but you can still catch it on the podcast. Just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast and whipped cream from. Right after the show, today's podcast will be posted. Be sure to follow the podcast, rate it at least 5 stars, and you can even provide a review. I'm about to write a review. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find today's show and a best of version posted right after we get off the air. What are you going to write a review about?
How in the world did you not know when we like, ooh, let me take a bite right up to the last second before we come back on the air?
I didn't care.
You know what? I've been doing this show with you for a year, daggone a year and a half. That was my favorite answers of yours.
I knew we were coming back. And
you know, it is what it is. Sometimes the bees like that.
Like cheesecake, it just tastes good. And I'm glad we got the whipped cream to go with it. Another Rob G, one more whipped cream. I know, I am an absolute
Stop bringing
pig.
his name up when you refer to whipped cream. Rob G, one more whipped cream. You sound like y'all doing whipped cream shots in there. Come on, you want another whipped cream? What are you want another shot?
Okay.
By the way, speaking of shot, I know you mad right now. 28-7. Oregon let you down because Indiana is
they
beating
got
them
turnovers
down.
though. They gave up. There's 3 turnovers. Of course they get.
I'm just saying, 28-7. My goodness,
you got three terrible turnovers. A pick six.
If Dante Moore was thinking about coming out, maybe not no more.
Nah, he might want to run that back.
Yep.
I mean,
3 first half turnovers for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting like they've turned it. I'm not saying that Indiana's not playing well. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying. You give up the ball like that in those situations, you can't win. Come on, man. 3 turnovers like that, and 2 of them in the red zone and in Indiana's red zone. One's a pick six those are like 3 easy scores.
Yeah, he over here right now calling his agent. Go ahead, pull my name out, bro. Go ahead, pull it out. But we're joking and all that. But dude, if somebody's still gonna take you top 1, 2, or 3, like we said earlier, it might not ever get any better than that. So.
I got a question with that in mind because I think that's a good point that you just made, Kelvin. Like, if you're going to take you that high, you got to come out,
Right, one game doesn't make you go,
Cardale Jones is the cautionary tale from Ohio State, whatever, a decade ago.
You know what? And that one, Rob G., I'm glad you brought that up. Whoever gave him advice gave him the worst advice of his life. Because after he played that game and people looked at him.
Like 3 games that
am
were
I right?
awesome.
Well, awesome.
Yep.
And you got to come out. He went back and wasn't even a starter.
No.
If you remember.
Nope.
Yep.
Why would you go back to I don't care.
He has to be the cautionary tale. You're right.
You want me to be a project and you're going to bring me along for 3 or 4 years and develop me because you see potential in me? I'm doing that.
Right.
Are you kidding?
So we agree that if the evaluators determine that he's a top 5 pick, he has to come out, right? Here's the question I have for you. Well, Kelvin, start with you because you brought it up, and then Rob, you're next. If you are an NFL decision maker, can you, in good faith, stand by your scouting of him in the entire season and what you saw through 13 games, 14 games, and overlook this dreadful performance you've seen so far in the biggest game of the season?
For me, yes. If this is your guy, because you've been scouting him since really the offseason, right? And going into this season. Then you watched him all through the season, which made people say he could be the number 1. Excuse me.
See, I knew he was going to cough on my cheesecake.
Hand it to me. Come here. Give me a plate. If he's the number 1 pick, number 2 pick, he had been all season long. Now, what I can also attribute this to, he's playing, I believe, the team that's going to win to ultimately win the national championship. So he's playing a team that beat Ohio State twice, a team that looks like they're dominant. They got a quarterback that might be right there at the top of the draft as well. So I would say he just ran up against a buzzsaw that Rob Parker doesn't like, but they dominated all season long, and it was just a bad game against a really, really, really good team.
You can't look at one game on the positive or the negative. You know what I mean? Like, one game can't determine. If you do,
but that has determined a lot of stuff. Jamarcus Russell went number 1 overall.
But if you do real scouting, I'm just saying, like, it can't, I'm not saying it can't factor in a big game and how you play. I'm not saying that, but it can't be solely the decision on why you're picking somebody. You know what I mean? Off of one game.
It can't be one game.
It can't be one game negatively or positively. But if somebody performs like you're lukewarm on him and he performs really well in a big game, yeah, I'm going to have a better feel for him, right? And I'm going to feel really good about him. I would. And then the other way. So I think you got to be real careful there. But now, I don't think he's going to drop out of the top 10 or the first round because he had 3 turnovers. It happened.
Rob G. Now, what I would want to see is his second half resolve. Meaning, okay, let's assume right here they're going to score. It's 35-7. Do you come back, bounce back, play hard, even if you lose, but your team scores 3-4 touchdowns and you're right in the midst of that? I want to see the bounce back in them.
I think it's a fascinating conversation.
It is.
Because with a lot of these executives, and right or wrong, and to your point, I think that would be incorrect to do so. But to say they're not influenced by public perception, I think would be inaccurate.
I'm not saying that. I just think that when you do that, you can set yourself up on that. You know what I mean? Or set yourself up on the idea that somebody had the greatest day of their life, and then you make a switch and go, oh, I'm going to pick that guy. And his body of work, Kelvin and Rob G., isn't up to par just because he had that one big game. Or a guy's had a body of work where you really like what he's done all year long, and he had 3 bad situations. He held on to the ball, got it stripped, you know what I mean, through an interception. Some of the greatest players have thrown interceptions and made bad plays in big games. It's happened.
It has. And in championship games too, or games that could lead to a championship.
So there it is.
So, yeah,
Mark Cuban's just ringing his cash register at his crib.
Well,
does Phil Knight need to spend hit more money? Dang it, Rob.
I don't care about. I'm talking about Mark Cuban.
Okay. You ignore Phil Knight.
Phil Knight, no, because he was the one with the Nikes and the Jordans and all that. I'm cool with Phil Knight.
Well, it's funny
he's down.
That you mentioned these two teams. Mark Cuban, financing Indiana. Phil Knight financing Oregon. The other team that looks like Indiana's going to face in the championship is the Miami Hurricanes. And they are nothing if not well-funded in the world of college football. They got the big-time transfer quarterback, Carson Beck, out of Georgia, leads them with the game-winning touchdown last night. They'll be taking on Indiana, it looks like, in the national championship game. And I had this take before the game, and I'm pissed off at Rob because he didn't let me do it.
What?
About Miami. And you're like, no, we got enough college football. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, that's the story. We'll talk about that.
More college football, oh, God.
Oh, God. And so I had to fire off this tweet.
I'm from New York.
After the game. And Rob saw it, didn't like it, but he said he saw it, didn't want to acknowledge the tweet.
I saw it.
And I said that Miami, with that win, is now 1 win away from eclipsing Notre Dame, Michigan, and USC in the all-time college football pecking order. In other words, I believe that Miami already, but even more so if they win another one, is one of the blue bloods in college football. Kelvin Washington, tell America why I'm right in this stance here.
Well, you're wrong. You were close. They're like a stepson. Rob Parker, you go first. I'm over here coughing like crazy.
I got cheesecake in my mouth.
I'm carrying the segment. Don't worry about it. Look,
he's coughing.
If we're going to have this conversation, and I think it's a valid conversation, we have to understand that the term blue blood, as it's being used today, is being incorrectly used. The vernacular is incorrect because everybody likes to say that the blue blood's reserved for the historically great colleges. That's why
that is what the blue bloods are. I'm sorry, Rob.
It's Alabama.
Those are the blue bloods.
Michigan. It's Notre Dame. It's USC. Like, it's these kind of schools.
There are no new blue bloods.
Here's the problem with that,
You know what?
Rob Parker.
UConn basketball.
They are a blue blood.
No, they're not. They're not.
That's the problem with this conversation, is it's being led by gentlemen in their 60s who are more worried about eating cheesecake than hosting a national radio show.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Just because you had success in the early 1900s doesn't mean that you get grandfathered in as one of the preeminent schools, brands, franchises in the world of college athletics.
Here's where I'm going to shut down your whole argument, and you'll realize you're a producer. You ready? Who are the Ivy League schools in this country?
Princeton, Harvard, Yale, yeah.
Have they added a new school to Ivy Leagues? Is there a new school that just showed up and now?
Is it Stanford considered an Ivy League school now? Cornell?
No.
Just those three?
But you know what I mean.
Okay.
No, it's more than that. Brown, whatnot, Penn. But I'm just saying to you, those schools have been established. Google it, Rob G, the Ivy League schools. And my point to you is there are no new members. There are no new members. There's no new members to the Blue Bloods. There might be programs that have come along and done well or whatever, but they don't get entry into the Ivy League or to the Blue Blood Club. No.
So then how do you become a Blue Blood because you just won a bunch of championships? Is that the argument?
No, it's about being there from the beginning.
Okay.
Being dyed in the wool fans.
Would you like to know which schools historically have the most college football national championships?
Go ahead. It doesn't
Yale.
matter.
Number one.
Yeah, but those were
that's the same argument that you're using in favor of teams like Notre Dame and USC and Michigan. Michigan, up until 2023, had one championship since 1948.
They still are blue blood.
No, they are
yes,
not.
They are.
It's like the same argument that says that UCLA is a blue blood in college basketball.
They are.
No, they are not.
Yes, they are.
Times change, people change. And the Miami, has had more success than
They're not
anybody
a blue
this side
blood.
of Alabama and Ohio State in the last 50 years.
They're not a blue blood, and this is what I'm trying to tell Kelvin. I tried to tell him it's like the Ivy League and the Ivy League schools. There's no new members to the Ivy League. These are the schools that were started in the very beginning of the United States. Those are blue bloods. It's not you don't graduate to become a blue blood. There's not enough winning to make you a blue blood. Zero.
They're the illegitimate stepson or illegitimate son of the blue bloods. They're right there on the outside looking in. They can't get in. They're like the bad boys of the Pistons of the NBA, where they kind of interrupted things, right? It's the Lakers, it's the Celtics, it's our beloved Michael Jordan and his Bulls. And then there's like the bad boys of the 80s and early 90s. And you're like, that's Miami. Right there on the outside looking in, want to be a part of it. Had a huge run in the late 80s, early 90s. Bounced back early 2000s. Dipped away. But they're always in scandal, controversy, arrests, issues, fights, shootouts, drugs. It's always something. And I think that's why they're considered like the bad boys. Like, yeah, you won more than just about anybody, but we don't really want to talk about that. You had a bunch of wild kids from Miami, and that's how they were viewed. And so I think college football kind of wants to put them on the side like daddy's stepkid or something like that.
Rob G, does that make sense? Or no? You still not buying that?
No, both of y'all don't make no sense.
So you're saying UConn is a blue blood?
Yes.
UConn is not a blue blood. No, it's not.
Being a blue, Rob, it's like a Supreme Jet. Like it's not a lifetime thing where you just have that until you die.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You don't enter the blue blooddom. You don't do it.
The blue blooddom?
You don't enter that. There's no entryway.
So who's the blue blood of?
You have to be there from the beginning. That's all.
But if that's the case, then why is Yale not a blue blood, Rob? Why is
because they're the Ivy
Princeton
League? They stopped playing major college football, so they're not. They don't count.
But those teams
is
have the
Clemson?
Most... No,
Clemson blue blood. No.
Well, what I'm saying is to just going back to Rob G's point. So you can't win your way in, Rob?
That's what I think you can, but they haven't won enough. Like I don't think people realize. Because the U has been relatively down, for the last decade or so. But
how long have they been down?
If they win, not since the Louisiana Purchase. Okay. It ain't been that long.
But it's been down.
Since Moby Dick was just like a shark size, not a guppy. He was a little bit bigger than that. If they win,
okay. So if they lose, they're in the championship game. They lose. Mm-hmm. They're blue blood. Is that what you're saying, Rob
I think
G?
if they win...
No, if they lose, I'm asking you.
They're on like the periphery right now.
No, see? That's what...
If they win, that'll be their sixth championship
but I'm going to tell you...
in the last 40 years.
I'm going to tell you why winning doesn't matter, because Michigan didn't win. Michigan hasn't won enough.
That's why they're not a blue blood.
They are blue blood, Kelvin,
okay,
even
Rob
though they
Michigan
don't win.
Is absolutely a blue blood.
Blue
this
blood.
comes from somebody who admits they don't win
If their
enough.
whole argument in being a blue blood is they have these championships from the 1900s to 1933, then you better tell me Princeton is one. You better tell me Yale is one. You better tell me that Harvard is one.
You have to
better tell me that Minnesota is
relevant.
one.
And Michigan has always still been relevant. They had Heisman Trophy winners.
They
won
missed
Big
it?
Tens.
How did he miss
They
it?
won Rose Bowls. You had to be relevant. Don't compare it to the Ivy League schools like that.
It was right on the money. Did you see that? Oh, my God. Oh, God. She was short.
Oh, I dipped away.
You know
All
what?
right.
That's frustrating, Alex, to be short a few inches, isn't it?
I felt that.
I wouldn't know about that.
I would. 877-99 on Fox. Have you been short a few? No, 877-996-6369.
It's easy, Rob G. It's easy.
I haven't sent the text yet. Here's the question.
Yeah, you read it.
Are the Miami Hurricanes, the U, a blue blood in the world of college football? I say yes. Rob says no. Kelvin says kinda. We want to hear from you.
No, they on the outside.
Okay, they not.
They're the stepson, though. Mama
Whatever.
don't want to talk about.
They're hanging out outside in the
No way,
backyard.
no how, and you can't gain entry into the blue blood.
We want to hear from you.
Gatekeeper.
It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Especially if your shortcomings make you a little blue in the USF.
Kerry, so much stuff. Great Sunday night football game.
Yeah.
The Bears, who had a chance to win the game on the last play and just fell short. And the 49ers, their offense, over 500 yards against the Bears. Just an incredible.
Yeah.
And so, of course, everybody, because the 49ers won, all the love is going to Kyle Shanahan, right? The winner. I get all that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, look at all the injuries. Look at where they are. They have a chance to stay home and have the whole run to the Super Bowl. And then the Super Bowl, of course, is at home, is in San Francisco.
That's
so
right.
they really have a chance to get there and maybe win a Super Bowl finally. Kyle Shanahan has been there twice, lost as an offensive coordinator with the Falcons. He was a terrible job at finishing that game against Tom Brady and them. They had a chance to run out the clock, run the ball or whatever, throwing the ball, got sacked, a holding, got knocked out of field goal range, and Tom Brady not only got the touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and then won in overtime.
Yep.
Just a terrible
loss.
finish. Terrible. Like I'd have nightmares if I was the offensive coordinator after that. But I'm not going to have no love for Kyle Shanahan. Zero. And what I mean by that is he's got to finish the job and win the Super Bowl. We've seen this movie, winning a lot of games in the regular season, players in and out. This is not like – it seems like his offense will be able to survive no matter who's out there.
Yep.
And so they've been to 2 Super Bowls. The time has come. So I think the only thing that's left for Kyle Shanahan is can he run a team, finish strong, and Rob G, he had some terrible numbers late in fourth quarters. Rob G, just throw these out to Kerry real quick. Kyle Shanahan, these are horrific numbers.
Oh, it's tough if you're a Niners fan. Turn your volume down because this is going to get real dark real quickly. Guys, there have been 7 teams that have given up a 10-plus point lead in the Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan's teams have lost 3 of those games, either as the head coach or as the OC. Of course, 28-3, the largest blown lead in Super Bowl history. He was
28-3.
He's blown 2 separate 10-point leads as the head coach of the Niners. Those would be the second highest blown leads in Super Bowl history. Guys, between the 3 Super Bowls that Kyle Shanahan has been a part of, 2 as the head coach, one as the OC.
Yeah.
His teams have been outscored a combined 58-12 in the fourth quarter and overtime.
Kerry, did you hear that?
I did.
58-12.
In winning time, 58-12.
And that's why I refuse to give him a parade. I refuse to throw confetti in his hair. I'm not doing any of that about, oh, look at what Kyle Shanahan, he's a genius. Nope. Go win a Super Bowl. Go finish it. Am I being wrong? Am I being too tough?
No, you're being fair. I'm going to give him credit for this year. And I say that just from the standpoint of we know what that team looks like at full tilt. They're not full tilt. They haven't been full tilt all year. And for him to be able to have this team right here isn't the most talented team. This team isn't the team that I thought even coming into the year would be in the position to be number 1 in the NFC. So I'm going to give Shanahan credit for what he has achieved. But you're right, Rob. He has to win the big one. And if he doesn't, he'll just be remembered as a good coach, a coach that won games.
Who couldn't finish the job.
And could not finish the job. You know who he would be if he does not get this job done? He reminds me of Andy Reid before he got it done.
When he was in Philadelphia?
When he was in Philadelphia, right?
They went to 4 NFC championships.
Exactly, and could not get the job done.
Got to the Super Bowl. Andy Reid didn't leave Philadelphia because he did a great job. People don't even understand. I said all the time, he didn't leave because they were like, oh, yeah, okay, you're great. Go ahead. No. Tony Dungy didn't leave Tampa Bay because he got the job done. They could not get over the hump.
Yeah, no, this team, with Mike Shanahan, he has to win the Super Bowl, though. With Kyle Shanahan, he has to win a Super Bowl, though, man. It's time. One of the best coaching jobs I've seen. Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Funky Flashback Friday. Your boy over here on the struggle bus was good the first 2 hours, but woo, Rob, I'm fighting for my life. And be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. We're on YouTube right now. All you got to do is go to YouTube, Odd Couple FSR. Search Odd Couple FSR. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. We appreciate it all. As always, coming up, Lamar Mitchell, BetMGM Director of Trading. Shut up, Alex. He'll join us in a minute, as he always does on Fridays. All right.
And you know what? You can bow out on that
Fox.
anyway, and whether you're sick or not. I'm just saying.
Say that again?
You could bow out on Pigskin whether you're sick or not.
You know what I am sick of?
What's that?
Sick of you.
Wow.
We got Miami right now. We're talking about, are they blue? Rob Parker says, no way, no how. I say they're on the outside looking in, wishing they could be in, but they're not. Who we got? 877-99 on Fox.
Let's go with Dylan in Alaska. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Awesome. What's up, Dylan? You're on the Odd Couple.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, brother. Thank you.
Good. So I think you both make pretty good points, but I think Rob G is kind of missing the main point. And the main point is that Blue Blood is a title that you were given originally. It's not something you can earn. It's kind of like you can have plenty of gangsters, but nobody else can be an OG. It just kind of happened, and it doesn't change after that.
There you go. It's just like I just said with the Ivy League. Did you understand that too? Dylan,
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are no new Ivy League schools. You're not in the club.
Agreed.
Let's start a university, and 10 years from now, we're going to make them Ivy League. No.
Right. You were an original powerhouse, and you can't ever earn that again. It just doesn't happen.
Thank you. Thanks for the call.
No
Appreciate
doubt.
it.
Appreciate it.
How about
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. Chili
too.
Tim in Atlanta. Chili, that's right. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Yo, what up, Rob? What up, Kelvin? Rob, early happy birthday to you.
Thank you, my man. I'll be celebrating tomorrow, and I'm very thankful. I'm not afraid to be 62. I'm thankful to be 62.
Love it, man. That's a blessing.
Yeah, it is. It is. My wife's birthday is actually Sunday. So.
Okay, she's a Capricorn, strong woman.
Yeah, she's a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy birthday to your queen, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. I got the best way to explain this, and the previous caller kind of hit on it. So I told Rob G it's like this. Think of, when it comes to money, you think of the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilt, and the Morgans, right? It's what they call old money. Now, here's how it works. Old money, you're born into it, right? And you take a guy like, say, Zuckerberg and some of these millionaires now, you can make as much money or have as much money, but to them, you will never be the same because they're born into it. The old money, they don't have to. The new money interprets the rules. The old money, they are the rules.
There you
they
go.
wrote the rules. So, as much as you want, the new money wants to be the old money, but they'll never be accepted.
No.
So that's kind of how the blue buds work. You can have as many, but you'll never be them because you were not born into it. You had to, maybe you looked into it, you came across it, but they will always look down on you no matter how much money you have.
Yep.
So that's kind of the best way to explain it.
That's a good way, Tim.
I like that.
We appreciate
Chili,
that.
That was one of
really
your better
good.
takes right there, brother. Thank you.
Cameron in Indiana, you're on.
Word, guys. Miami being a blue blood. Well, I got one message for you guys. Carson Beck in Miami. Coach Klein wants to know what you guys are going to do when Indiana opens a whole case of whoop ass.
That's funny. Don't say that. Rob don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear it. No, I know.
But it's the truth.
I hear you, Cameron. Thanks. Eric in Miami, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Eric?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How are you?
Yo.
I'm doing great. I just wanted to kind of pair off a couple of the things that the other guys just said. It is an OG situation, right? And look, I'll admit, you're not going to like this. I'll tell you straight up, I'm a Notre Dame guy.
Okay.
All right? I got no hatred for Miami, though. I'll tell you, the way I think about this, the OGs, right?
Yep.
This is where you're both kind of wrong, is one of you's excluding the Ivy League just because they suck now.
No.
They are OGs. They are OGs, so they are blue bloods. Without the Ivy League, the Notre Dames, the Michigans, everybody in the 1800s, we're not playing college football.
I get that, but they don't count. But they don't count in what you look at college football. And
Big time college football program.
And that's why, and that's fine. But here's the deal. Forget the win-loss column. Forget the championships. They built the systems. They are blue bloods. They are the OGs. All right? Now, create another category, whatever you want to call it, historical powerhouses, right? That's where I would put the Miamis, right? It doesn't mean that it's a separate category, so it's not equal or parity or you can't compare the two. You absolutely can. You know, they belong in a category that's equal to Blue Bloods. It's just not the Blue Bloods. They're not the OGs. They didn't build the system. That's all. That's all it is.
All right. Appreciate the call.
Yeah. I mean, does that make any sense, you know? Right?
We got you. We appreciate that. Thank you. Kevin in Culver City, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kevin?
God is good.
All the time.
There you go, Rob.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Thank you, my man.
Dave Winfield on the radio. That's your twin. I got to tell you, man, the Blue Bloods is very simple like this. I'm a really just take the taker. USC integrated college football with Sam the Bam Cunningham against Alabama when they didn't want to have black players on the team. That qualifies as a blue blood right there. They changed the game. USC with Student Body Right, O.J. Simpson, Marcus Allen, Reggie Bush, Ricky Bell, Charles White. Michigan with Tom Brady. Notre Dame with Joe Montana, Jerome Bettis. That's blue blood. The next tier teams, but they're not in the tier with those upper echelon teams. They're not there yet because they didn't impact like the Ohio States or the USCs. The Texas, those are those second tier schools. So Miami's not a blue blood. They're a second tier team. They're on the second tier level.
And they'll never be a blue blood. Right. They'll never be.
Never will be. Never will be.
And Kevin, thanks, man. And I got your number. I appreciate you. We're going to do those wings, okay? One more, Rob G. Jerome in Charleston. Jerome hates me, but he still calls all the time.
No, I don't hate you. I'm just a realist, which you're not.
Okay.
You and Stephen A. Smith need to both retire and be roommates in the ref home because both of y'all are senile as hell.
Wait a minute, Jerome. You're older than I am. What are you talking about?
Yeah. There ain't no way in hell I'm senile like you, man. I'm still relevant. I'm always be relevant.
You're not relevant. You're irrelevant. Well, how are you relevant? You're not relevant.
And a blue blood. Miami is new money and a blue blood, okay? I don't care what you say. You don't know what you're talking about half the time you say anything. That's why I say you and Stephen A. Smith, you should be room dogs and a ref home.
Oh, God. Can you imagine a 75-year-old calling up and saying, I'm old and I'm washed up? Unbelievable, Jerome, for real. You know what? We're going to change your medication before the next time you call. All right, Bree, can you get us caught up? We're going to do that.
I was just going to say, if you were known as a convict back in the day, why you can't be considered a blue blood, right? Like Catholics versus convicts. Like, isn't that that was a thing? So
I remember that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just thought that was like.
Yeah, I just don't think you could graduate to being a blue.
That's what I'm saying. No one's gonna look at JJ Redick and be like, oh my God, he's the boy next door. He was like the bad boy, like Duke guy. So, anyways, game 2 in the college football playoff semifinal, Indiana has a 35-7 lead over Oregon. It is halftime right now. Indiana will get the ball back in the second half. Fernando Mendoza, 110 passing yards, 10 of 11, and 3 touchdowns. Dante Moore, 9 of 14, 1 touchdown pass, and 1 pick so far. Other news in college football, the NCAA did deny Trinidad Chambliss a waiver for a 6th year of eligibility. Ole Miss will appeal the decision. In the NFL, the Bills ruled out linebacker Terrell Bernard and cornerback Maxwell Hairston for Sunday's game at Jacksonville. 49ers left tackle Trent Williams is questionable for the 49ers wildcard matchup against the Eagles. In the NBA, the Celtics defeated the Raptors 125-117. Peyton Pritchard had 27 points. The 76ers beat the Magic 103-91. Right now, the Clippers have a 103-84 lead over the Nets. 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. James Harden has 31 points so far. Thank you guys for letting me hang out with you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy birthday, Rob.
Thank you, Bree. You're the best. Thank you. It is the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker and Rob G is going to finish out the show here. Kelvin's just struggling and not feeling really up to it. He tried to give it a go, and we're going to let him.
He had the Jordan flu game, and it went the way you thought it would.
Yes.
No championship. He just left early.
Exactly. It left early, but hopefully he'll be all right. He'll get some rest this weekend. But now, as always, Lamar Mitchell from BetMGM, Director of Trading.
I call that an upgrade.
No doubt. How are you, Lamar? What's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Sorry to hear about Kelvin. That's terrible. But Rob G, big Raider fan stepping in.
We back.
The Raiders always do.
Yes. And Rob G, are we going to go before we? I'm not. I'm thinking of pick off. You know, I'm killing Kelvin. Lamar.
It's not even close.
It's not close.
I know that, Rob. It's been terrible. You've just been destroying them all year.
I think that's why he's faking the sickness.
Yeah, he
so
just
he doesn't have to
doesn't
do the picks later. So
Yes.
he's like, I'm gone.
He's like, I can't do it anymore. But anyway, all right. Let's Rob G, you want to start?
Yeah, let me start here. So the Bears and the Packers will be facing off for the third time this season when they meet tomorrow night, right? And if Chicago's going to win, in my opinion, they're going to have to get off to a good start because across the first two games, they've actually lost the first half a combined 20-3, right? So it's been slow start, and hopefully Caleb can come back at the end. With that in mind, Lamar, what kind of action are you seeing on the first half specifically, if you got it, and where are the Sharps overall with Green Bay being a 1.5-point road favorite?
You know, that's a good question as far as first half. Let me tell you what we got on that because it is crazy as far as what's been going on with this game here. We have seen the actual game has been nuts, but the first half, little action on that. I mean, ticket count is about 2-1 in favor of the Bears, but nothing crazy. But like I say, for the full game, it's really they have been betting the Packers and betting the Bears. I mean, it's been back and forth. I mean, we go one way, they bet the number, they bet it the other side. So the full game, they've been betting everything. But the first half, not very much action, surprisingly.
All right, what about the Rams faced the Panthers in November? They ran up almost 400 yards of offense and only faced 5 third-down totals, but also had the 3 turnovers and ultimately ended up being the difference, and they lost. What kind of action are you seeing with the Rams minus 10.5? That's a lot of points for a playoff game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rob. Definitely. We opened this number 10, and the Sharps laid it right away to about 15-1 in favor of the Rams. Whether it's small money, we haven't seen any large money come in it so far, but ticket count's about 2-1 in favor of the Rams. So they have a short memory as far as this game when the Rams lost the last game, but Joe Public and the Sharps are definitely on the Rams. We're holding steady at minus 10.5 right now.
Real quick, I just want to follow up on that. Last year, I took the Commanders plus 9.5 at Detroit. And, what was that for you? Do you remember? I mean, everybody had to bet the Lions, right? Minus 9.5?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
you guys cleaned up.
Lions were one of our biggest liabilities last year, each week in and week out, and for the future book. So, yeah, that was definitely a good decision for the house last year. And, Rob, of course, you were definitely ahead of the curve right there.
You know it. All right, Josh Allen, he gets a lot of love for being one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but he's never been to the Super Bowl. He's actually 0-4 on the road in his postseason career. With that in mind, I have to imagine the bettors are all over the Jags as home dogs, right?
You're absolutely right. Let's rephrase. Joe Public is on the Bills about 2-1 clip as far as tickets, but the Sharps are definitely on the Jags. I mean, we opened this 1.5. I'm sorry. And they've just been laying this, they've taken this one on the Jags, and they've taken it minus 110, minus 115, minus 120. They've been taking this one here, and we're looking at the money, even the money is coming on the Jags. So, yeah, Joe Public is definitely on the Jags, but the Sharps definitely on the Jags. So we'll definitely see what's going to happen here. Like you say, he's 0-4 on the road in the playoffs, and we'll definitely see what happens because this is probably his best opportunity without Jackson, Mahomes, and everybody else in the playoffs.
Yeah, I said that makes a lot of sense. Wow, how it would go that way. We got Lamar Mitchell, BetMGM, sitting in with the odd couple. Lamar, I'm looking at the board, and I'm amazed at what I see when it comes to Niners-Eagles. Not only has the spread been bet all the way up from Philly minus 3.5 to Philly minus 5, but 95% of the handle is on the under 44.5. Like, do they not expect the Niners to score at all in this game? Like, they're going to get blown out, and it's going to be a low-scoring game. Like, what are you seeing in this game? Where are the sharps in this one?
Rob G, what do your daughters think about this game? Because they definitely believe that this game is going under. Nobody is betting the over on this game. It's unbelievable how much they're betting the under. The sharps have been all over this under here. We opened at 46, and they just bet it down. We're at 44.5, so that's a solid. And money, it's not even close. It's about 10-1 on the under. So the public believes that it's going to go under too.
This next game, the Steelers and hosting the Texans on Monday night, all the folks like Kelvin are saying that Pittsburgh can't handle the pass rush. It's going to be ugly. Did they forget Aaron Rodgers has the fastest time to throw the ball, right, in the NFL, 2.62 seconds. That's how you neutralize a pass rush, by getting rid of the ball. How much action are you seeing Pittsburgh getting 3 at home in this game? And there are 2 stats that I saw that really shocked me, which is the Texans are 0-6 on the road in postseason play, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have won 23 straight Monday night games at home. 23 straight, which is shocking. What kind of action are we seeing?
Yeah, you know what's funny about that is Tomlin on the Monday night is phenomenal, like you just mentioned, Rob, and you would think that the public will be coming all in on that, but they really haven't. They've been coming in on the Texans, which is surprising. Texans 2-1 as far as money and 2-1 as far as ticket counts. I know it's still pretty early, but 2-1 going into a Monday night game, that just means it's going to probably be 3-1, closer to 4-1, maybe 3-1 on Monday night. But I mean, the only time the public is back the Steelers or the shots have backed the Steelers is when we had Steelers plus 3.5. But everything else has been all Texans money, and we had some bantering back and forth between the traders in the office. You know, one guy's from Texas and one guy's a Steeler fan, and the Texan guy's like, yeah, I'm glad we're not playing the Ravens, but you can't talk like that because this is a situation where it's go home. You know, win or go home.
Right.
No, you're so right. Last one from me, Lamar. We got about a minute left here. This season, Patriots top 5 in points differential, points per drive on offense, points per drive on defense, all the big categories. They've been absolutely dominant. But
that sounds like an MVP, guys. Quarterback.
It kind of does, but it's been well reported they have played the softest NFL schedule in decades. That's just the truth. So with that in mind, how much action you seen on the Chargers actually getting 3.5 on the road here in this game?
Yeah, absolutely, Ramsey. We got as high as 4 on the Chargers, and then the Sharps took that right back. They said that's the wrong number. Public's about 2-1 in favor of the Patriots, but the money's about 5-1 in favor of the Patriots. So it's surprising to see that the Chargers get no love here, even though the Patriots played that soft schedule like you mentioned. It's been Patriot money pretty much consistently all time from Joe Public and the Sharps.
All right, there you go, Lamar.
Thanks, Lamar. You're the man.
Appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Have a great weekend, my friend.
Hey, Rob, Parker, you have a great birthday.
Man, thank you.
Yeah, you celebrate and continue throwing out those winners for everybody.
Man, I appreciate it. It was 2 years ago. We were at MGM, Rob G, for the big birthday party.
That's right.
Can you believe that, Lamar? That's 2 years ago.
2 years ago. That time flies. Happy birthday, Rob Parker.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to wrap this. Yep, thank you. Rob G, we'll wrap this bad boy up. We got the pigskin pick-off. We'll do that and much more. It is The Odd Couple here on Fox Sports Radio, and you need to stick and stay.
Especially if you want to watch Rob eat some vanilla bean in the US of A.
Oh, man.
Who are the teams you do not want to see hoisting the Lombardi in 3 weeks in Santa Clara?
All right. Well, it's tough in the NFC because there's 2 that I'm not that thrilled about.
Okay.
You got the 2?
Who are they?
The Los Angeles Rams
You hate Matt Stafford that much?
I didn't say who said I hated him. I don't hate him.
Is it because it would ruin your Stat Padford moniker that you've made so much money off
of? And the Seahawks and Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. You would rather, okay, so Rob, playing that, you would rather see Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl.
Is that my only options?
No, I'm just saying. You're saying these are the two teams in the NFC I don't want to see in the Super Bowl.
But I have to pick one because I can't do both. Okay?
Yeah, you're fence sitting. I'm asking you.
Yes, who are you talking about?
Pick one. We don't do fence sitting on the odd couple.
If I have to, I'm going to say the Los Angeles Rams.
Why?
And I saw them at the end of the year. I know that they've had this year and all the stats. Matthew Stafford has put together a ton of stats. What do you got? 46 touchdowns and all that. And Puka,
you got all the numbers.
Puka's had an unbelievable year. But we saw that stumble against Atlanta. We saw that second half against Seattle in a game they should have easily won, Rob G. Up 30-14.
They should have won. I think they had like a 91% chance of winning that game.
16-point lead in the fourth quarter. Not the second half.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter.
It was bad.
It was really bad. And I think I don't want to see, and this is where I'm going to be honest. Can I pull the curtain all the way back?
Absolutely.
Fair rewriting of his career if they were able to win. Okay? And
Which you don't think he deserves.
Right. Yeah. What I mean by that is they already went to the Super Bowl before he got there.
Mm-hmm.
They already had the pieces, parts.
They had the infrastructure.
It was already set up for him. He wins the first Super Bowl, Rob G. How many interceptions did he have in the Super Bowl? Because remember, he didn't even win Super Bowl MVP.
That would be Cooper Kupp.
He had 2 interceptions in that Super Bowl. He also had a big one that was dropped in the NFC, right? Okay, they won. I'm not taking anything away from them. And I think when you have a guy who was never up for All-Pro, his career, right? All-Pro, only made 3 Pro Bowls in 17 years as a quarterback in the NFL. And all of those stats that people point to were stats that I watched as meaningless stats. That's why he has a nickname. What was trending Sunday, Rob G, in his final game against the Cardinals?
Stat Padford.
Why would that be trending for a guy who's going into the Hall of Fame, a Hall of Fame quarterback? Why would that be trending? Because he was lighting up a bad team.
Because he was padding stats.
Exactly.
He was trying to win the MVP in Week 18.
Exactly.
And it worked because now he's the favorite.
And playing against, but I don't know, it's automatic.
But I mean, like, in some people's eyes, the stat padding worked.
Right. But if you really looked at it, in those other 2 games where it was really important, it didn't happen. And he had that really bad 3-interception game against the Falcons. So I think that would be one team. And the second would be the Broncos in the AFC. Don't want to see the Broncos, and that's because I think Sean Payton is too smug. Sean Payton, the way he treated Russell Wilson really bothered me, the way he disrespected him and what that guy had done in the league, Rob G.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, people make it like he's a genius and he invented football. He's also the guy who was suspended over Bounty Gate, sending his players out to hurt people.
Don't talk about that.
Nobody talks about that with Sean Payton. So I'm not a Sean Payton guy, and I'm not a Matt Stafford guy. So those are the 2, if I could say, 2 teams I don't want to get to the Super Bowl because it enhances their story.
Sure.
Sean Payton's already won 1 Super Bowl. Matt's already won 1.
Yep.
If those guys get another one, it changes the conversation and the narrative.
Okay. So if I remove the Carolina Panthers, that's why I was giving you a hard time with that. Because I don't think but then they also lost a winner-take-all game and still got in because of some backdoor cover with the Falcons. So take them off the table. I'm with you on the Broncos in the AFC. I do not, other than the Sean Payton stuff, which you so eloquently put, I'm not a Sean Payton guy. You've known that for a while. I don't need to see the 26th rated quarterback and a middle-of-the-road offense in the Super Bowl in a game that's going to be 13-7 and you're going to win on the last-second field goal one way or the other. Like, if you watch football and you don't just look at the end, I know all you say is short menu wins and losses. If you watch football, you cannot say with a straight face the Denver Broncos are the best team in the AFC.
No, they had a lot of that Chiefs magic from a year ago.
Where everybody knew watching the games this
that
team
they weren't
is not
the
as
best
good
team.
as the record.
And did we not say that all year with the Chiefs last year?
Mm-hmm.
The Odd Couple on a funky Flashback Friday as we put a bow on this bad boy, a bow on the week. Good week of shows. A little cheesecake celebration.
Oh, God.
Tomorrow. Oh, God is right. It was so good with the whipped cream.
Rob, put some whipped cream on me, please.
There you go. And I appreciate everybody again. Thanks for helping celebrate my birthday, which is tomorrow officially. But thanks, everybody. And I appreciate it. All right. We also going to have last call if we fit it in. But maybe let's get here, Rob G. Maybe. It's time for the NFL Pigskin Pickoff.
You ready to retire? The Odd Couple is gonna make you rich.
Gambling, vice, corruption.
It's their Pigskin Pickoff.
It is the NFL Pigskin Pickoff in NFL games against the spread. Rob Parker running away with this one, 13-point lead heading into the playoffs. It's almost mathematically impossible for him to come back at this point, but we're going to try. We're going to try. All right, wild card
13
weekend.
game. That was just a blow. He got blowed out.
He did. So I got the games right here. All the wild card games except for Monday. Now we're picking 5 of them.
All right, so we'll wait till that.
Game number 1, Rams minus 10.5 in Carolina against the Panthers. Rob, you got who?
I'm taking the Rams to win, the Panthers to cover. 10.5 is a lot of points, and we saw them beat the Rams earlier this year. I'm not saying they're going to win, Rob G, but 10.5. Matthew Stafford throws 2 picks, and
always the picks.
I'm always the picks. Okay.
Okay. I'm picking on behalf of Kelvin. I'll take the Panthers in this one. Or excuse me, I'll take the Rams in this one.
Of course you would.
Because I need to cover the spread, Rob. You can't cover an 11, 13-point difference if we pick the same games. Game number 2, Packers 1.5-point road favorites in Chicago to take on the Bears. Rob,
I'm taking the Bears in that game. I know they're the home underdogs, and they can look at them that way. I just think I like the Bears in that game. What
Chicago.
they do, right? What they do.
So I like that one too. Game number 3, Pigskin Pickoff. Bills 1-point road favorite. Another road favorite in Jacksonville against the Jags. Pros and Joes are split on this one. Rob likes who?
And you know what? We heard Sean King talk about that, right? And Sean King liked the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Jaguars too.
Follower. You don't believe in the Jags.
I don't believe in the Bills.
Oh.
How's that?
I like Josh Allen. I think this is the year. You mentioned it. A lot of pressure on him. I think Josh Allen's going to get it done. Minimum get to the championship game.
Okay.
Game number 4, the Pigskin Pickoff wildcard weekend. Niners at Eagles. Eagles 6-point home favorites. Rob Parker.
I'm taking the Eagles. I know every year people count them out. I don't like the offense. I don't like the way they do this, do that. And then they wind up winning, and it's just by a touchdown. I expect them to win by a touchdown, Rob G.
I like the Eagles to win this game. I like the Niners to cover, maybe even a backdoor cover. I think they're trailing. They get a late field goal. They try to keep it respectable, but the Eagles still win the game. Last one, Chargers at the Patriots in Foxborough. Patriots 3.5-point home favorites. Who do you like, Rob?
Man. They play such an easy schedule. The Chargers on the road I'm going to go with the Chargers in an upset.
Wow, taking them outright. I like the Patriots in this one.
Okay.
Chargers got no O-line.
Go Chargers, go.
They're finally going to be challenged. The Patriots only won 1 game against a 500 team
this
crazy. Year. I know. Rob G, thanks.
Thank you, Rob. Have a good
Jason
weekend. Happy
Smith
birthday.
Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?